They're making plays. They're playing fast. Obviously, new coach, but first year, a lot of success.
The Cardinals trail the Seahawks by 1 game in the NFC West. We've got ASU hockey tonight as the Sun Devils host Minnesota Duluth. 6:30 is when the pregame starts. Arizona State football playing for a spot in the college football playoff if they beat Iowa State for the Big 12 title tomorrow. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
We've got a great weekend ahead, but still warm for this time of year. The forecast high temperature today, 79 degrees. It'll be a sunny to mostly sunny sky and just some light to breezy conditions out there around the valley.
All good on mine. You guys can hear the programming?
53 degrees. We will see a bit of a cool down over the weekend. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm meteorologist Crystal Ortiz.
It's just me. Yes, sir.
Sponsored by Lowe's. Shop limited time deals at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 30% off select major appliances to save big this season. Lowe's knows.
I can only do so much, Rock. I can only do so.
Discounts. See Lowe's.com
right, let's do it.
for details and qualifying items while supplies last.
Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing.
Mics are hot, gentlemen. Let's have a day.
By the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In Iraq and need a check? Make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. And always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. On Fox Sports 910.
You made it to Friday. Roc, Manuch, Jackson, Bannon, we got you covered. Of course, we fired Jimmy B yesterday, so no Jimmy B today. We're going to see.
He's on suspension again, is he, Roc?
Yeah, I shouldn't say fired.
Yeah.
Suspension
He's
is
just
probably
suspended.
more appropriate. Yeah, he just doesn't believe in sportsmanship.
I
So if he
guess.
doesn't believe in sportsmanship, then that means that there's no doing the show on Fridays with us. But
Yeah.
welcome in. We're out here, Wright Toyota. It's our home every single Friday. And we're going to get into a lot of different things. Of course, it's the eve of the Big 12 championship, so we'll talk a lot of ASU football today. Cardinals got Seattle in town. That's another big topic. Suns had a real bad third quarter where they were outscored by 17. They fell to the Pelicans last night, 126-124. We'll get into that as well. Tonight, conference championship games start in the world of college football. You got led by Rich Rodriguez. As Jacksonville State has Western Kentucky in the Conference USA. That'll get underway at 5 o'clock. At 6 o'clock, this is the big one. Number 20 UNLV is up there in Idaho to take on number 10 Boise State in the Mountain West Championship. And then also at 6 o'clock, number 24 Army will host Tulane in West Point in the American Athletic Championship game. So a lot of great football starts tonight into tomorrow. Of course, all the big games start tomorrow. The big one, of course, no question, Ohio U and Miami of Ohio. That'll kick off at 10 o'clock, and then there's another game. What's the other game at 10
That'd
o'clock?
be ASU and Iowa State.
Yeah, so yeah, I'll peek in, but my eyes will be on the MAC championship.
Go Parker Navarro, your quarterback for
I know,
Ohio
a local
U.
kid. You got to root for the local kids.
Desert Vista young man, been working with him since 6th grade. He's having a phenomenal year for your Ohio Bobcats over there.
And for the Bobcats, they haven't won a MAC championship since I was born in 1968. So, I think this is the year.
It's that Arizona flavor. It's that lab work by Parker Navarro.
It's got to be the lab work.
He's done a phenomenal job. He was named 4 times as the MAC Offensive Player of the Week these last 4 times. Came off of UCL, an injury very much like Brock Purdy 2 years ago. Had the surgery, sat out, and last year and this year really came to fruition. So proud of that young man, how well he's done.
One story we want to just tap into quickly is the dispute between Phoenix and Tempe, the lawsuits over the development of land that was east of the Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport. This ends years of conflict, which threaten the economic development in both Tempe and Phoenix. If you recall, you go back, 18 months when the voters rejected the Coyotes Arena proposal, and then 6 months later, they're gone. We don't have a Coyotes. We don't have an NHL team. So this conflict it stemmed from a disagreement over a failed $2.1 billion proposal that the Coyotes had to build the NHL arena there, and then all the apartments, the entertainment district. It was about 46 acres just west of the town lake there, Tempe Town Lake. And there was a spat between Sky Harbor and the two cities. And the good news, according to the Arizona Republic, they have settled the disputes.
Well, the city of Tempe felt, or the city council felt, it would be settled even if it was passed. Now, I think the reason why Phoenix was talking about the air rights and all those kind of things. And from that standpoint, it was pretty much, okay, we'll negotiate that. Matter of fact, we had Joel Navarro on the city council, Parker's dad at the time was the city council. Now he's on the board of supervisors that said, look, this is something we can get resolved. It's kind of their way of saying, hey, look, we want our pound of flesh. Just going to make sure we have the concerns pretty much abated as far as the flight rights and all those kind of things. And City of Tempe said, look, we'll get that done. But unfortunately, it was the constituents, 60 plus, that voted this thing down. Otherwise,
it's all you old guys.
Well, not me. I was all for it. And the thing that gave me a little heartburn was my city of Tempe that I grew up in. Those people didn't realize it wasn't going to cost them a damn dime for this entire situation to be built
and cleaned up a garbage pit.
It's a toxic called a waste site.
Yeah.
So the whole the thing about it, I don't realize those people realize whoever builds on it or doesn't build on it, it's still going to cost $60 million to clean that site up, Rock.
And that would have been taken care of by the Yotes.
That was a whole $2.1 billion package development. But the mental irregularity got into those who were voting that bad boy now down, which to me is just irks me to no pain.
Well,
that happened.
There's a lot of, you can point fingers to a lot of different people there. You can point it to Tempe. You can point it to the Yotes. They did not do a good job of educating the folks there. I know they spent about $1 million. They needed to spend a lot more than that. And maybe they were just going through the motions. Just like Bill Belichick is interviewing at Carolina. He's just going through the motions.
You think, Rock, that they might have set, because they started their campaign. Remember you and I talked about, they sure are starting their campaign late.
Totally. Because they knew whatever happened, and maybe they knew the writing on the wall that it wasn't going to go through. They were going to put their team up for sale, and we're going to make $1 billion. They lost a little bit of money, a lot of money, by having the franchise. But I think right now Morello's pretty happy. His return was tenfold, 20-fold.
Oh my gosh, yes, Rock. Matter of fact, I was thinking about that when that one all went down. You think about how the hell could people, shoot this down, and why didn't Javier Gutierrez get out there quicker, sooner? Now they had a couple town halls, but man, Rock, you might be connecting the dots here on what the potential was. Hey, look,
it doesn't matter anymore.
Well, I know, but I mean, they could have did their own straw poll and said, we're probably not going to.
Yeah, so why should we throw more money at it if we're going to lose?
We're going to go through the motions. We're going to lay it out.
We're going to try to leave on good terms, and we don't want to get our houses egged. Yeah, we want to leave. I'm sure none of them live here anymore.
Yeah, my heart of hearts, I really believe that was a great scenario and that they were involved, they were in it. If it had passed, they would have gone forward with it. But I just was kind of interesting how that campaign started so late.
Still pissed about it.
Yeah, I think we all are.
It's unfortunate. I mean, I can't remember, man, a run of a few months where we have not talked any hockey. The only hockey we have talked about or we've even brought up is the other day we had some sound for you because there was 5 overtime games, and that's the stuff that a lot of people that love hockey love overtime. You love that. And we brought you some of those highlights. But I have no clue. I see some of the promos that, Utah and Vegas have in the market trying to get people to watch on television, but I have not peeked in. I have not watched 1 minute of NHL hockey unless it's a highlight on ESPN.
Sure, yeah, and I
hate that. Growing up playing hockey, not professionally or anything
but
like
following
that.
It, you were
fun.
Yeah, you're following
and being
hockey.
Such a big Coyote fan. I mean, I was doing some stuff the other day, and I'm like, I have 5 sweaters, Coyote sweaters. What am I going to do with them? You know, you want them? Yeah, I mean, yeah, my name's on the back of them.
Collector's
Yeah, where I
items.
write to it. Like, I'll take them. Yeah, it's just Rock on the back, you know, in Morocco.
Yeah,
So,
you know what? It's
what do you do with them?
the only thing I've seen is the updates that come across
3.
my phone. That I think there's been 3 NHL coaches fired so far.
I know.
2 or
Saw that.
3.
Yeah.
Hey, they don't mess around in the National Hockey League. The Boston Bruins won a title, 2 years ago? Guy gets fired last week. Got off to a slow start.
Yeah, but the thing about hockey, the coaches will end up getting a job across the street.
Sure,
in 6
I
months
get it.
to a year.
Yeah.
Seems like all these coaches all jump around so much. I mean, you know, Dave Tippett jumped around. I mean, we see Tocchet. I mean, it's amazing how that goes. Suns last night, they were outscored 17 in the third quarter. They fell to the Pelicans by 2. Booker had 28. Beal had 24. Of course, no
Kevin Durant.
Thank you. Excuse me. Kevin Durant, as he's out with that ankle injury. So they're now 12-9 on the season. They continue their 4-game road trip tomorrow. They're in Miami. And in other news, Suns are going to play the Nets in China.
They
Right.
are going to China. They're going to
Why?
expand the international way of life in the NBA, Rock. And maybe that's to make up for that little
2.
faux pas. Remember was the general manager a few years ago had
Yeah,
that
with
little
Houston.
slight about China. Maybe that's a do-good or a do-over. We're going to bring back the NBA for you guys just because we had a knucklehead general manager pop off. So we're gonna make it all right for you, China. We're gonna go over there, continue to sell our merchandise, continue to be putting things out there because they buy a lot of stuff, Rock, about a ton of stuff.
Yeah,
Anyway.
but it's tear up their ass.
yeah, I would love to.
You do, really?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you do.
But you were against the president elect because he was going to do tariffs on.
No. I'm not the tariffs. The whole thing. That's a total backlash. He shouldn't be doing that. I'd say
What?
that. No,
China?
No, because here's the thing. It's going to cost you. Guess who's going to pay for that extra? The 25%.
Not if it's being built here.
Well, if it's being built here, that's one thing.
Why don't we can build everything?
One.
Everything that we get overseas, we could get here.
Well, then bring it here.
You know what? You like buying stuff that's being built by a little kid is getting 10 cents an hour.
Well, we put tariffs on them. They put tariffs on us. Guess what, Rock? I'll do the math. The prices go up unless it's here.
We will pay. Work more shifts.
Yeah,
work more, and you'll be compensated.
I already work 23 hours a day.
I'm with you.
One more.
Hey, headlines are brought to you by Twin Peaks and our fantastic tailgating sweepstakes. It's poured by our friends at Blue Moon and Coors Light. We're doing it all season long. All you got to do is text PEAKS to 59925. You can do it every day. And our grand prize, it's one prize. You get all this. You get a Traeger grill, a Blackstone griddle, a pizza oven, a cornhole set, a portable beer pong table, a projector and screen for your outside, a cooler. You get Cocoa 5. You get $250 Twin Peaks gift card, and Wild Gear tumblers with our logos on them. So no purchase necessary. Just text PEAKS to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. Coming up, sounds from Thursday night football. You'll hear the tying field goal, the winning field goal, and of course Dan Campbell, what he had to say after the game. It's Roc, Manuch. We're out here at Wright Toyota, right on the corner, right on the price, Wright Toyota.
Ready for Christmas?
You're clear.
Music? 99.9 KEZ is.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Christmas music is on our sister station, 99.9 KEZ, when you're ready. Sponsored by JW Marriott Desert Ridge Resort and Spa.
Hey, it's Dom with Venezia's Pizzeria. You know us for delicious family dinners and huge party pizzas. But did you know we are great at feeding a large group too? Our full catering menu has a ton of variety, so everyone will find something they love. And the best part? We don't charge per head. Just tell us how many people you need to feed, and we'll handle the rest. Check out our catering menu at venezias.com. That's venezias.com. Venezias, a family and catering tradition.
Any car dealer in Arizona can compete on price. That's what dealers do. But not many dealers can compete on customer satisfaction, like Wright Toyota. Make the right choice. Wright Toyota in Scottsdale, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Crest Insurance is about more than providing coverage. It's about creating your safety net. We offer access to a national network of carriers. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, we're here to help with a personal touch that's close to home. With Crest, you're not only protecting what matters most, but also helping to build stronger, more resilient communities. Crest Insurance, coverage you can trust, service you can count on.
You may not have any experience dealing with car wrecks, but Lerner and Rowe does. After your car wreck, are protected. Finding the right attorney is actually easy. Just look for reputation, experience, and results. Lerner & Rowe has thousands of 5-star reviews, decades of experience, and we've recovered billions of dollars for our injured clients. Hurt in a wreck and need a check? Call Lerner & Rowe today.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Head coach Bobby Hurley and Sun Devil men's basketball are ready to join the Big 12 Conference. This season, the Sun Devils host conference foes Baylor, Iowa State, Arizona, TCU, and Houston, all at Desert Financial Arena.
And another steal ahead to Miller, and Miller reverses it up and in, and he's fouled. Holy moly.
Join the action and get your Sun Devil men's basketball tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
Kick off the football season with Twin Peaks, Roc, Manuch, Jimmy B, and Fox Sports 910 for our fantastic tailgating sweepstakes. Text PEAKS to 59925 for your chance to win a Traeger grill, Blackstone griddle, and more. No purchase necessary. Details at rockandmanuch.com.
I got a line.
He got a line.
She got a line.
We got 4 lines. Cricket Nation, Q finger guns, really easy, super stress-free. 5G so fast, like blazing fast. Games and memes, you'll have a blast. You can get past 5G across 4 lines. You can get past 5G across 4 lines. As we discuss, take it from us. We 4 are one Cricket Nation.
And only $25 a line. Welcome to more lines. Welcome to Cricket Nation. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Cricket 5G requires a compatible device and is not available everywhere. Discount varies by line. Fees may apply. Terms and restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
The only place you're going to find 3 10-foot screens with games on full volume in 3 separate rooms, all in the same bar.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
With dozens more big screens. You'll find every game you're looking for only at Duke's, because there's only one Duke's. Voted best sports bar by New Times.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
Pool tables, shuffleboard tables, darts, karaoke and trivia nights. 3 huge patios on the Greenbelt, all doggy friendly.
Where Duke's? Where Duke's? Miller and McDowell. Scottsdale.
Mics are hot. Mics are hot.
Jack should be out at Scottsdale, Phillies tomorrow for ASU, and I'll hire you. So you have both games on. You'll have the OU sound on, right?
Probably not. No,
because you guys are at the Scottsdale location, just about 3 miles from Frank Bush Field.
If that, right down the street.
Imagine that you walk in there and it's like, oh, there's an Ohio U, booster club of like 10 of us, the whole state. Right?
They'll be there.
Oh, geez.
Go Devils! Let's go.
Yes, outstanding. Well, last night we got some Thursday night football, and it was a good one, man. It was really good one, and as it went back and forth in the second half, I think you had 5 lead changes in the second half of that game, and it was amazing to see what Detroit could do with so many guys injured on their defense. For them to have 13, 14, many guys they had hurt,
I think
to be able to do what they did against a really good Green Bay team. I mean, they're a good football team, and they had a shot to win that. But it came down to all those lead changes I mentioned, and the Lions took the victory at an 11-play, 53-yard game-winning drive in the final 3 minutes. And what the big talk today was, as well as after the game, there was 43 seconds remaining. Dan Campbell, the head coach of the Lions, gutsy play calling. He was 4 for 5 on 4th down yesterday. Guy loves going for it for 4th down, but he converted a 4th and 1 from the Green Bay 21. He could have just kicked the field goal there, but he didn't. But let's kind of take you back a little bit. Let's take you to McManus's 32-yard field goal, which tied the game at 31-31.
32-yard attempt for McManus right down the middle.
So 31-31, what was it, 3 minutes left or so, right around there?
Yeah.
And then here's the call, the gutsy call by Dan Campbell as David Montgomery picks up the first down, 4th and 1. Again, the score is 31-all, and it could have been worse if you saw
the handoff.
He tripped.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter. David gets it. Here's that call.
Are they going? They are going. And then Goff falls down, but Montgomery is able to pick up the first down.
Clip ends in 10.
Goff falls down as he's making the handoff, and this should seal it. They'll run the clock down, pick the field goal. What a call. and then Goff is stumbling. He's trying to make the handoff.
You imagine if he just stumbled and not get that handoff, he got stuffed or fumbled that. He came out. I think it was he tripped on the guard's foot as he's turning around.
What's the worst that could have happened? You're still tied. Right?
Well,
they would have got the ball back, and the defense would have had to step up.
But the way Green Bay's offense was going up and down the field, you want to win that bad boy there.
And here's Dan Campbell on that fourth down conversion, why he felt he wanted to do it.
I just felt like we needed to end it on offense, and I did not want to give that ball back, and I believed we could get that. I believed we could convert, and I trusted that O-line.
Clip ends in 10.
And they came through for us. It's a hell of a call by Ben. I knew how I wanted to play this game. The team knew it, and everything in me told me to let's finish this, and so we did.
And then here's the finish. Jake Bates' 35-yard field goal to walk off the Packers.
Ball game. And what a game.
I mean, that long drive like that and to go for a fourth down, clearly he wanted to make sure that he ran that clock down. Didn't give Green Bay a chance at all because if he had kicked it earlier, I think there might have been about a minute 10, minute 20 left. And the way Green Bay was moving the field up and down the field, and you talked about the injuries on the defensive side for Detroit, I was surprised. I mean, you looked at Love throwing the ball down the field, how successful they were. That was the thing that kind of surprising about Detroit. They're going to have to shore that up moving forward if they're going to take this thing all the way to the Super Bowl.
And then finally, I think many of you would agree, Dan Campbell is a pretty awesome coach, especially when he gets fired up in the locker room. And here's part of what he had to say after this win.
I'm so freaking proud of you, man. That's the way to show up. You talk about pressure, we live in pressure. That's where we freaking thrive. You did it again, right? It doesn't matter who's
Clip ends in 10.
No matter what's going on, you always find a way to win. This has been in the making, man. This has been in the making, all right? We were all supposed to be here together, man. We're destined for this. Just stay the course.
Who would want to play for him?
I love it. He wears his heart on his sleeve, doesn't he?
Love it.
He pulls that curtain back, wears his heart on his sleeve, and tells it like it is.
I wish Jonathan Gannon had a little bit of that in him. I like Jonathan Gannon, don't get me wrong. But it'd be cool to see a little of that, light a little match under his butt.
He might have some of that behind closed doors.
Yeah,
he may have some.
Maybe they'll let us in sometime.
I think I think that he showed some of that once in a while on the sideline, just to get a little fired up. But he seems to he has a little bit of that Vince Tobin look in. Remember Vince on the sideline with his arms closed?
Yeah,
and really wouldn't say much. But I think he's very observant. Not that he's not aggressive.
He's got more dick in him than Vince
He
Tobin.
might.
But yeah, we could maybe make that one of our
the
questions
late
one of
great
these
Vince
days.
Tobin. I'm sorry.
All right, Rick Neuheisel, Tempe grad, big fan of the Valley.
Tempe McClintock grad. Let me correct you on that.
What's the difference?
Tempe is Tempe High School.
Okay.
There's McClintock High School. You say Tempe High
He
School.
went to the same high school you did?
Yes, he did. Tempe McClintock.
Oh, I thought he
High
went to Tempe and you went to McClintock.
No. We're Chargers all the way.
Same
right.
thing.
You know that.
Anyway, it's some small school in Tempe. Anyway, he talks about on Sirius XM at College Sports Radio yesterday about ASU and his love for Dillingham and Cam. And I just thought I would share that with you because I think it's pretty cool when you get it from a coach like a Rick Neuheisel, who comes on our show quite a bit.
The favored team in the championship game in each conference that calls themselves power is a newcomer. Brand new. Came in, we're going to teach them a thing or two about SEC ball. We're going to teach them a thing or two about Big Ten ball. We're going to teach them
Clip ends 30 seconds.
ACC. We're going to teach them a thing or two about the Big 12. The team that was picked last in the Big 12 is favored to win the Big 12 championship game. Arizona
And it looks
State.
amazing.
Brand
Clip ends 10 seconds.
Scattaboo. If he's not your favorite player, you haven't watched enough college football. That guy puts the Sparky on his shoulder, and his coach is right there with him. I mean, Kenny Dillingham is Scattaboo too. They are Scattabooing all over the place.
Scatterbooing all over
Rick's
the
pretty
place.
clever, isn't he?
I love
That
Rick.
was a clever.
He's one of my favorite coaches all time.
And to your point, right? He would know. He's been coaching football forever.
At such a high level.
At a high level, he knows it. And how can you not root for a guy like Cam Scatterby? But what he mentioned, Oregon goes into the Big Ten. Look what they're doing. ASU into the Big 12. Look what they're doing. Colorado into the Big 12. Look what they're doing. So you go on. Texas going into the SEC from the Big 12. Look what they're doing. So point cases. Just because somebody moves now, OU struggled. We know that, going from the Big 12 to SEC. But the newcomers on the block fared pretty well going to their different conferences.
Hey, let's get to our Arena Sports Grill on this day. Jerry Rice becomes NFL's career leader in touchdown receptions with his 101st scoring pass as the 49ers beat Miami 27-3. He passed who, Manuch? Oh, you got it right. Never mind. Steve Largent. You had it right in front of you.
Yeah.
Also on this day, the Giants signed Barry Bonds to make him the highest paid player with a 6-year contract worth just over $43 million. And on this day in 2011, the Orioles acquired Mark Reynolds, who's known for his homers and strikeouts for the D-backs, for David Hernandez and some bags. What do you call those?
Bag of balls?
No. What's that stuff you put in your?
Oh, rosin.
Rosin.
Yeah, a couple bags of rosin.
So there you go. That's Arena Sports Grill on this day report in Scottsdale. They are the home of the Huskers, and they're the official alumni chapter here in Arizona for the University of Nebraska. So check them out. Once they find out what their bowl game is going to be, that'll be the place. The official watch party at 62nd and Bell Arena Sports Grill. So check that out. Great place to watch all the games tomorrow and Sunday as well. We are going to shift gears. We're going to catch up with Paul Moyer, former Sun Devil, who does the pre, the post, the half. I'm sure he's got a couple shows as well up there in Seattle. We'll get his thoughts on this team. He's with ESPN Seattle Sports 710, so he will jump on with us next. He's actually going to do this. He's going to go to Dallas to see his Sun Devils and then fly back after the game so he can help call the game here in Arizona. That's a Sun Devil. How about that?
A lot of dedication right there.
That's all next as we continue from Right Toyota. It's Fox Sports 910.
You're clear. Trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Despite dropping their last two games, the Cardinals' defense has been pressuring the opposing quarterback. 5 sacks each against the Vikings and Seahawks. Just the 5th time in the last 40 seasons that the team has had 5 or more sacks in consecutive games. They'll host Seattle on Sunday. ASU Athletic Director Graham Rossini on the State of the Sun Devils podcast says the school is close to a contract extension with head football coach Kenny Dillingham, the Big 12 Coach of the Year, as the team gets ready for the conference championship game in Arlington, Texas tomorrow as they take on Iowa State. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Attention drivers, stay alert, Arizona. All City Towing, Arizona's largest towing storage services contractor, supports the move over law. If you see emergency lights, move over and slow down. Let's keep our roads safe for everyone. Sponsored by All City Towing.
Kick off football season with Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light for a season-long fantastic tailgating giveaway. Text PEAKS to 59925 every day for your chance to win the amazing grand prize. A Traeger grill, Blackstone griddle, pizza oven, cornhole set, portable beer pong table, an outdoor projector, inflatable screen, cases of Cocoa 5, a cooler, and Wild Gear tumblers. No purchase necessary. Just text PEAKS to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. Make this football season unforgettable with Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light.
Crest Insurance is about more than providing coverage. It's about creating your safety net. We offer access to a national network of trusted carriers. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, we're here to help with a personal touch that's close to home. We're deeply invested in our communities, supporting local charities and initiatives that uplift those in need. Crest Insurance. Coverage you can trust. Service you can count on.
Choosing the right lawyer after a car wreck is important. You need to consider the law firm's experience, results, and reputation. Lerner Rowe stands above other law firms when it comes to experience and results, helping over 150,000 people recover billions of dollars for their injuries. When it comes to reputation, we have thousands of 5-star reviews, and year after year, we have been voted best personal injury law firm in Arizona. Call us today and let us put our experience, proven results, and reputation to work for you.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Craving tacos? Discover the Taco Spot, where mouth-watering, authentic Mexican flavors meet a modern twist. With 12 locations and more on the way, we're the local favorite. Visit tacospotaz.com and follow us on social media. Come experience the tacos to Taco Bout, the Taco Spot.
Head coach Bobby Hurley and Sun Devil men's basketball are ready to join the Big 12 Conference. This season, the Sun Devils host conference foes Baylor, Iowa State, Arizona, TCU, and Houston, all at Desert Financial Arena.
And another steal. Ahead to Miller. And Miller reverses it up and in. And he's fouled. Holy moly.
Join the action and get your
We got Paul on hold.
basketball tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
Seize the season at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf for holiday specials this year. Featuring the Ping G430 Max, SFT, and LST drivers, now $150 off. And from Bushnell, save on the Tour V6 and Tour V6 Shift Series laser rangebinders. There's always gift cards in any amount for those special golfers on your list. Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, proudly serving golfers since 1963 and home of the legendary 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Get there.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by
I just have ASU fight song. That's it. But I can. Gotcha.
Required price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and senior vice president of men's sexual health at HIMSS. I've helped many guys with ED in my 12 years of practice. But now you can get world-class care for ED 100% online by going to HIMSS.com. So what are you waiting for?
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to HIMSS.com/joy.
Sarah Spain for iHeart Women's Sports.
Presented by Capital One.
Tonight is the Golden State Valkyries expansion draft, the first step in the WNBA expansion team's roster creation. Each WNBA team is allowed to protect up to 6 players on their roster who can't be drafted by Golden State, and the Valkyries can pick one unprotected player from each of the other 12 franchises if they choose. There are more rules. You can learn those when you watch live on ESPN at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. For more women's sports stories, subscribe to Good Game with Sarah Spain on iHeart Podcasts.
As a founding partner of iHeart Women's Sports Network, Capital One wants to help you hear more about today's top female athletes and keep more money in your wallet with no fees or minimums on checking accounts. Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One, N.A. member FDIC.
Mics are hot.
All right, we're going to talk some football, of course. Paul Moyer joining us. Sun Devil, who's going to be at the game tomorrow. We're jealous. Paul, you get to go to this game tomorrow. What are you thinking? How you think this is going to turn out for your Sun Devils?
Well, I'm hopeful. That is for sure. I think the strength of our team running the ball and one of their weaknesses, they give up some yards on the ground, is going to play into it. I just think we're on a roll, playing our best football right now. Maybe a team of destiny. I'm just excited. Got a lot of former players and alumni down there, and they're going to come and hang out with me in Dallas. It's going to be fun.
I hear there's quite the contingency that's coming up that way. Pep rally, I understand, this afternoon. But when you watch the Devils from years past and what turnaround Kenny has done with this team from last year, besides Scadaboo's there, Levitt's come back, anything in particular that you take a note that's a constant with this team now?
I met Kenny last year when they came up and played University of Washington, and it was my first time meeting him, but I have some friends that, were raving about him and so you got to listen to what he's saying. And And you know, look, I said his passion is real. I mean, his work ethic is, you know, second to none. And I just think it's his belief system, because when they played University of Washington last year, they were not intimidated. They thought they were going to beat them. The night before, I'm talking with them, and they're like, look, we think we have a great game plan. We match up well. And this is a team that went on and played for the national championship, you know, had, you know, 3 first-round picks. I mean, just a really talented team, talking about University of Washington last year. And so now let's fast forward it to this year. You know, he never wavered, you know, even with them picking them dead last in the Big 12. I just think, you know, there's a fine line between great players and good players, just like the NFL, and it's the same way in college. And if you can get these guys to believe and buy into team and what our personality is and our identity is, I mean, they are all bought in on this. I don't know if they're the most talented team, but they certainly play like they are. And I think it comes from the top down, and it's from the assistant coaches and all these players that have bought into it. So it's cool. It's really fun to watch.
Paul Moyer joining us here on the Right to a Guest line, Fox Sports 910. He'll be at the game tomorrow, but of course also being part of the Seattle Seahawks radio network on Sunday. With all the guys coming down, the alum has Graham Rossini and his team told you guys to bring your checkbook so you guys can extend Kenny Dillingham, you know, Big 12 Coach of the Year. I mean, he deserves a little bit more money.
Oh, by the way, Paul.
For you former players.
We are. Well, look, they've done a really good job of spreading. What I would tell teams, because up here at University of Washington, they're Tyee, which is their booster club. They're not as wide. They're more deep. They got a few more deep pockets. I think what Arizona State has tried to do is say, hey, let's go get 3,000 people giving $1,000 a year. You know, $100 a month.
Exactly.
And you know, there's just a lot of buy into it. And you know, I've done it. Almost all my friends have. So Dillingham probably does deserve a big raise coming, but it's early, man. We're in the second year, and keep doing what you're doing. He's going to make more money than he's ever dreamed of.
And how important is it to keep those assistants, which he did? He went back there. Graham Rossini went ahead and redid or added to the current assistants. And I think he had like a $200,000, $300,000 as bonus to some of the 20 other people that just help around the program. That's got to bode so well. But taking care of your assistants, Paul, you've been an assistant coach. You know what that's like. Has got to bode loyalty out the wazoo.
Yeah, I never feel sorry for head coaches when they get fired. They've made their money.
Sure.
The assistant coaches are the ones that are moving around every few years, and yeah, they make good money now. But you know, they're fighting for a career. It's always, you know, it's like sales. You know, I just made a sale. Where's the next one? Mm-hmm. And the same thing with it being an assistant coach. So I think Kenny's got it, man. I mean, because if you can create an environment where coaches love to go, it isn't. I know everybody talks about it's about money, but it isn't always about the most money. It can be, I'm making a fantastic living. This is a great quality of life. It's a great state to live in. This is, you know, we've all said it's a sleeping giant here. Someone just got to wake the giant and let it roar. And so I think that's what he's done. Is say, look, you guys are going to get paid well. It's just a great work environment. There's some coaches, man, it's not fun. You know, it is, okay, what are you teaching these guys? What are you doing wrong? You know, it's just constant. And so I think he's creating an environment for the coaches and the players that, yeah, you might make a few more dollars somewhere else, but be careful what you wish for.
All right, let's talk Seattle Seahawks. Quite a week for Coach. Big game over the Jets, and then his wife went into labor, and Tuesday they welcomed their first child. So he's been a little busy this week.
A little busy.
So I figure, you know, Cardinal fans are hoping that, you know, the game plan's not in yet, and they're going to have an edge here. No? Maybe?
Yeah, well, the Arizona may have an edge. You know, we're just 2 weeks from playing against each other, and you know that's tough because when you win a game, you're looking at the game plan and thinking, yeah, that worked pretty well. There's not a whole lot to change, and when you lose, you throw the whole game plan out and start from scratch. So I would say maybe there's probably a little bit of an advantage there. Other than that, Not much.
Yeah.
I think, we're going to have the 12s are going to travel really well down to Arizona. It's going to be, we make some plays. You're going to hear it from both sides. And I think the other thing is the way I think our defensive line dominated the offensive line for Arizona, I don't know if that changes much either. What I think is going to change is Kyler Murray. I mean, they really kept him, in the pocket. He only took off for 2 runs for 9 yards, which is that in itself is a win. He had 15 sacks coming into that game. We got him 5 times, probably could have got him 7 or 8. So our defensive line and the scheme we're running right now is really doing some cool things against other offenses. The flip side, guys, I thought the defensive front for Arizona absolutely dominated the Seahawks too. So I expect it's going to be a great game like the last one. And, whoever makes the most plays is going to win this one. It's pretty much that simple.
Paul, from a safety position, which you played, watching Leonard Williams, what can you say about this guy? Lightning in a bottle the last 3 or 4 weeks. And then the interception, the pick 6, or he's going down that side for the interception. Who knew the guy ran a 4.5 40 at 290 pounds, right?
They had a pretty good contingency going down that sideline.
They did.
Leonard Williams, Big Cat, we got a lot of names for him here. I don't know how the Jets and Giants let him go. He is such a complete player. Against the run, he can handle a double team. We've had him inside. We play him outside at times. That interception, which we don't do often, we dropped Leonard Williams into coverage, and he played it perfect. I mean, they clearly had a side adjust on it. He dropped right into the zone, got his big mid on there, knocked it up, and showed some good hands and some great speed for a 300-pounder. I mean, I think I read where it's the longest touchdown for a 300-plus man in NFL history. So, a lot of cool things there. And the one thing is it's been a struggle defensively up until about 4 weeks ago. Getting, Ernest Jones in there was key. I think just solidifying the roles for our defensive line, getting them playing 45, 50% of the snaps other than Leonard Williams, keeping them rested. It's been remarkable what's happened the last 4 weeks. They have not given up more than 14 points in regulation the last 4 weeks. And what I mean by that is the defense. We've given up some return touchdowns. We've thrown an interception for a touchdown, but the actual defensive points given up has been less than 14 the last 4 weeks.
Paul, is this offense trying to get off the schneid quicker? It seems as though you guys it seems as though it's first gear, second, third, fourth. Are they working on trying to start off in third or fourth gear this week or moving forward?
God, I hope so. It's just I've been telling people it is what it is. We're not a great offensive line. We got to scheme it and game plan it properly, where we just keep the defensive line and front off balance with screens, some quick play. I think the biggest frustration is we just can't run the ball. I don't know if it's commitment. I don't know if it's just the timing of it. We've got a great running back. You would think the guys we have would be better run offensive linemen than good pass protective guys, but we just can't get that going. We're just not going to be a team that is going to score 30-plus points. It's just too difficult for us. So we got to play great defense, can't turn the ball over. We're not a great team, but we're good enough to beat anybody. That's the one frustrating part. The offense we thought would be a bit of the strength this year. It just hasn't happened. With that being said, you got to be careful because they've got some guys like, DK and JSN has really stepped up, and, your third wide receiver, Tyler Lockett, you don't ever want to forget about him. So, but it's an offense that's been frustrating this year.
Paul, I'll let you go on this one regarding, I know this doesn't affect a lot of people that are in fantasy, but the punter situation there. I know you signed a guy to a practice squad. Do you think the veteran's going to be able to go?
I just got an email today. They don't think so.
Oh, okay. All right.
And they think he's definitely on the doubtful. And I think Mike McDonald said he didn't think he would be there. So that's fine. I mean, just go for it on 4th down and 6 and 7 from your own 30-yard line the whole time like they did last week.
Sure.
It was so weird because we didn't know what was going on. And I'm going, it's 4th and 7. What are we doing? And it worked. But, yeah, hopefully we don't have to punt too much.
Yeah,
but,
and you need to know this, Paul, for your broadcast. It's a Kansas State guy that they got. It's Ty Zentler, so he's not very good. I feel sorry to tell you, Manuch being a Kansas State.
Put him with Tyler.
He's used to punting, though.
Exactly. Yes. Very good.
You know what?
Very
But
good.
you put him with Tyler Lockett, the other fine K-State Wildcat.
There you
It'll be
go.
just fine.
There
All
you
right,
go.
good comeback there.
Yeah, you
All
like
right,
that?
you win that one.
Lots of love.
Paul, enjoy it tomorrow, man. We hope we can talk to you here in the next couple of weeks and talk about the playoffs for ASU. So that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, I look forward to it, man. Go ASU, and we look forward to getting down to Arizona and playing you as well.
You guys, Paul Moyer joining us. You can check him out. He is part of Seattle Sports, ESPN 710 there. You can follow him on Twitter at Paul Moyer21. So he's at the game tomorrow, and then he'll be here on Sunday. He's brought to you today by All City Towing. They're hiring. If you want to start off the year on the right foot, go to allcitytowing.com and search careers. All City Towing, where your future is on the move. The Lions, they kicked off the Week 14 with a thrilling last-second walk-off. We'll talk a little bit about that and some other news in the National Football League. It's Roc and Manuch today from Wright Toyota here on Fox Sports 910.
Looking for the ultimate game day hangout? Look no further than BKD's Backyard Joint, Chandler's go-to sports bar. With over 30 big screens, you won't miss a single play of any game. Plus, we've just launched our all-new fall menu, packed with mouth-watering bites and exciting drink specials. We've got everything you need for the perfect game day experience. Bring your crew to BKD's Backyard Joint, located at 980 East Pecos Road in Chandler. That's BKD's Backyard Joint. Your backyard, your team, your bar. BKD'sBackyard.com.
What's up, guys? Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook, #SexyRoofStatus. At State 48 Roofing, we are family-owned and operated, born and raised in Arizona. We'd love to give back to our schools and community. Contact us at state48roofing.com.
Year after year, Lerner Rowe is voted best personal injury law firm in Arizona. You may wonder why. The answer is quite simple. Lerner Rowe is so popular because we give every client excellent service and a superior experience. But also the main reason is results. We've recovered billions of dollars for our clients with over $1 billion collected in the last 5 years alone. Our phone lines are always open and our legal team is standing by right now, waiting for your call.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Head coach Bobby Hurley and Sun Devil men's basketball are ready to join the Big 12 Conference. This season, the Sun Devils host conference foes Baylor, Iowa State, Arizona, TCU, and Houston, all at Desert Financial Arena.
And another steal ahead to Miller, and Miller reverses it up and in, and he's fouled. Holy moly.
Join the action and get your Sun Devil men's basketball tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
Hey, Arizona, it's Mike Wilbon. I've been around sports professionally and personally for a long time. And whether you're on a court, in the gym, or just navigating a tough day, you need to stay hydrated. That's where Cocoa 5 comes in. Cocoa 5 isn't your average sports drink, packed with the electrolytes your body craves, but without the artificial junk you don't need. Available at your favorite stores, Cocoa 5, active hydration. Stay hydrated, Arizona.
For WrightToyota.com. At Wright Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all of their innovative web tools on WrightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at WrightToyota.com.
Attention Nebraska and Arizona fans. Catch every thrilling game at Arena Sports Grill, your official watch party destination. Enjoy great food, drinks, and the ultimate game day atmosphere with fellow fans. Don't miss a single play. Arena Sports Grill in Scottsdale.
At Harbor Freight, our low prices make us the place for gifts that keep on giving. Because when you give the gift of quality tools, you're giving someone the ability to fix, restore, and build for years to come. And with savings like these, you can even get something for yourself. Whatever you do, do it for less at Harbor Freight. Stop by and give yourself the gift of great prices.
The big holiday beauty sale at Ulta Beauty is happening now. Get the best gifts up to 50% off, including can't-miss deals on Urban Decay palettes, luxurious YSL and Armani fragrances, and the fabulous Shark Dryer and Styler. But that's not all. New deals drop every week. So whether you're treating yourself or finding the perfect gifts for your crew, head to an Ulta Beauty store today. Get all the best gifts, all at Ulta Beauty.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show. Live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale. And online at wrighttoyota.com.
Let's get ready for football.
It's football at Fit.
Mics are hot. Mics are hot.
Top football story trending this hour. Right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. On Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio app.
All right, out here at Wright Toyota, right on the corner, right on the price, Wright Toyota. This just hit on ESPN.com. Some dude in Kentucky just wagered $3.1 million on the Eagles to beat the Panthers on Sunday. It is one of the largest bets ever reported for an NFL regular season game.
Feels pretty sure about that, doesn't he?
Yep.
Wow. 3.1 million. Is he a billionaire?
Don't know anything about him.
Man, that's a lot of dinero. I mean, if he can afford to lose $3.1 million, I guess he's like, no big deal. That blows me away, something like that. And you just wonder at some point,
I don't know,
when they don't take any more, or I don't know, is there limits?
The thing about this game, it's a sandwich game. You got Carolina, who sucks, all right, and you're playing the Eagles coming off a run there of wins. They got Pittsburgh next week.
Yes.
They're looking ahead. I don't care what you say. Oh, I'm a former player. No, you're looking ahead at your schedule and saying you got Pittsburgh. You know you got to take care of business in front of you. However, it's hard not to kind of look ahead.
Well,
I wouldn't touch this game.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the Eagles will win, but I don't know what the spread is going to fit. What the spread's going to end at. But I don't know. I wouldn't touch it. And I'm an Eagles fan.
But yeah, I to your point, Rock. They'll be motivated to win, but they may not be as jacked up as next week's game taking on Pittsburgh. I see what you're saying, but you got to be careful. You go in there, take care of business. It is Carolina. They're playing better. Bryce Young's playing much better. Just got to be careful. But yeah, they'll go in there. They just have to understand that the way that they're playing and to keep that lead in the NFC East, there's really no gimmies. But you got to be careful. You don't go in there, just figuring, hey, if I throw my helmet out there, we'll win the game. It's not going to happen.
Now, I don't know if he took the money line or he took the spread. Spread's 12.5.
Well, everybody's healthy for Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley hurt. Everybody's good to go. So the only thing I think is that Carolina's playing better.
It says they took the money line at minus 700 odds, which would net approximately 442,800.
Wow. So, man, I don't know. That's just trap games like that. Just got to be real leery of him. I mean, he should have saved
that
his
line's
money.
still moving. So it was 12, then it went to 12.5, and now there's a couple books that have it at 13.
Talk to Scott Spreitzer about that at 2:30.
Yeah, we'll see how much money he's putting on it.
Yes.
So last night, of course, the Lions, they extended their streak to 11 games. Big win over the Packers as Jake Bates drilled that game winner, 35-yard field goal as time expired to extend that streak. Jared Goff was 32 of 41, 283 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 pick. Good game for him. Jordan Love, 12 of 20, 206, and a touchdown in the losing effort. Josh Jacobs did rush for 3 touchdowns and 66 yards. The Packers fall to 9-4.
Well, and that's what kept them in the game, because you look at the stats, third downs, Detroit's like 45%. Fourth down, they're 90%. Yeah, they had the ball at 10 minutes more than the Packers. It's just about they had some big plays. They got the 3 touchdowns via the run, and then Love had the 1 touchdown pass. You look at the stats, you go, well, Detroit should have blown them out. They did. They stayed within the game. And I got to tell you what, they need to, being the Lions, shore up their defense a little bit if they're going to go deep in the playoffs. I think they will, but they need to shore that up.
The NFL announced their 32 nominees for the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year, and each team had a player nominated, and this is for a player who has success on the field and makes a positive impact beyond the game. And some notables: Travis Kelce, Mike Evans, wide receiver for the Bucs, Jared Goff of the Lions, Max Crosby of the Raiders, Cameron Jordan, local kid with the Saints. The winner of the award will receive a $256,000 donation to the charity of their choice.
I think Calvin Beachum is the candidate for the Cardinals.
Yep.
And then I think is Calais Campbell for the
Trey McBride for the Cardinals.
Did I see Calais Campbell 18 years later still the rep for the Miami Dolphins on that one there?
I think Travis Kelce's going to win because it's fixed.
No, it's not fixed, right?
Yeah, it's fixed.
Yeah. I mean, they're looking at the contributions they make to the community. Rock.
Taylor Swift, come on.
Don't they? And they announce it before the Super Bowl, but they do the ceremony before, right? Where like Walter Payton's kids come out
the night before.
I think at the Super Bowl
do
before
they?
the anthem. I'm pretty sure when all 32 of the representatives come from the teams. Imagine Travis Kelce getting that award in the Super Bowl. So Rock could be right.
1 minute.
That's not why. Because he's going to be in the Super Bowl. It's because it's Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift and eyeballs and everything that Roger Goodell wants.
You think that it's that contrived, Rock?
Yes, I do. Absolutely.
Come on, Mr. Conspiracy Theorist over there.
Come on. Why wouldn't it be? You wouldn't be surprised if after the fact 5 years from now we hear that, oh, man, the Walter Payton deal, that was a fix back in 2024.
I don't think the Payton family would be real happy to hear that. I think there's got to be.
I hope not.
There's got to be some honor and integrity with some awards anymore.
All right, a lot of gambling next segment, but we're going to start with Eric Moses, the Verbo Fiesta Bowl Executive Director and CEO. We'll talk about the quarterfinal as well as the Rape Bowl Selection Sundays coming
15.
up. We also will have Kevin Rowe joining us. You have an opportunity to challenge him. Scott Sprite through his picks.
And
it's all next as we continue from Roy Toyota here on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910.
Roc and Manuch.
You're clear.
Jimmy B has been sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing.
Over the years, Lerner Rowe has helped over 150,000 injured people recover billions of dollars for their injuries and over $1 billion in the last 5 years alone. What does that mean to you when you're looking for an attorney to handle your personal injury case? That means that Lerner Rowe is a law firm that not only has experience, but the proven results to recover money for your injuries. The insurance companies know which attorneys won't put up a fight. When you call us, we call them, and they know they have to pay.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Looking for the ultimate hangout? Welcome to the Trophy Bar in downtown Ocotillo, where epic sports, stunning cars, and ice-cold drinks meet fabulous food and specialty cocktails. It's the spot for everyone. Guys love our 34K TVs, 16-foot video wall, and killer happy hour specials, while the ladies indulge in high-end decor and amazing cuisine. Join us for our thrilling nights. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Mondays, Coach Dillingham on Wednesdays, and Cards on Thursdays. Visit us at Price and Queen Creek Road in Chandler. The Trophy Bar, where the spoils go to the victors.
iHeartRadio is your #1 app for the holidays. Just open the app and search Holiday and start listening to 99.9 KEZ. Plus all kinds of other holiday stations, playlists, and podcasts. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
The PayPal app has amazingly low prices for holiday shopping. Get cashback offers in the app, and when you use the PayPal debit card, PayPal stacks 5% more in the monthly category of your choosing on up to $1,000 in purchases. Don't just pay, PayPal.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
I was a 10-year-old boy holding the flashlight for my dad while he worked on an air conditioner for a customer. His name was Duncan Goodrich. He didn't talk much, but there's a certain kind of magic that happens when a son holds a flashlight for his father. I held it steady and quiet, and Dad talked to me while he worked. He said, when a person needs help, you respond right away, not when it's convenient for you. He said, always do the right thing. Always do what's right. And he said, the Gettle Iron Horse is a magnificent machine. Nothing else even comes close. That was the first night I held the flashlight for my dad, but it wouldn't be the last. At Dad's funeral, I realized that every time he handed me that flashlight, he was passing the torch. And my dad believed in Gettle air conditioners, so I bought the company. Gettle, Goetttl. We'll keep you cool, but it's hard to spell. You can count on us to respond right away and do the right thing always. No one knows air conditioning and plumbing like Gettle.
Broadcasting from the Raffi Law Group Studios. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD3 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music.
Hey, did Eric say when he was calling? Still haven't gotten a call from him yet.
NFC West matchup on Sunday as the 6-6 Cardinals play host to the.
Do you know when Eric Moses is calling? I have not gotten a call from him yet.
By 10 just a couple of weeks ago, and have won 6 in a row in their series with the Cardinals.
It's calling us on the sheet.
For 5 years, the NBA will make a return to China, where the Suns and Nets will play.
Got it. Okay.
Season games.
Let you know when he calls in.
We've got ASU hockey tonight on Fox Sports 910. The Sun Devils host Minnesota Duluth. The pregame at 6:30. Arizona State football playing Iowa State for the Big 12 championship tomorrow in Texas. A win gets them a spot in the college football playoffs. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
We've got a great weekend ahead, but still warm for this time of year. The forecast high temperature today, 79 degrees. It'll be a sunny to mostly sunny sky.
Hey, we got 30 seconds left. Still no call yet.
There around the valley. Then tonight, the forecast low falling to 53 degrees. We will see a bit of a cool down over the weekend. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm meteorologist Kristen.
Anyone hear me?
This report is sponsored.
Sunday is coming up. We are chasing Eric Moses. We will get him as soon as we can as the quarterfinal, the Verbo Fiesta Bowl, the Rape Bowl, which is a guarantee of the Big 10 and the Big 12. They'll make that announcement on Sunday. We'll find out who will be playing at Chase Field, a game that has had a pretty strong history. First starting over there at Sun Devil Stadium, then in the last few years has been at Chase. And a lot of gets some really get to go to bowl games, but get to take advantage of the hospitality and the weather of Arizona and the Fiesta Bowl committee. They get to come in and bring a lot of energy in the valley. So it's always a lot of fun and a lot of different. I've heard a lot of different games or predictions,
scenarios.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those that could be anybody at this point, because we're in a certain order, right? But someone may take a team that may have a lower ranking in the Big 10 or Big 12 because they travel better.
Yeah.
So they may say, look at Nebraska with 6 wins. Mm-hmm. They may say, wow, they should be coming here. Mm-hmm. However, a couple bowls ahead of us could say, man, we can have Nebraska. So they haven't been a bowl game in 6+ years, whatever it is, and they're going to travel.
So I just think it's interesting how you get the pick after the playoffs are set, and to that point about the Rape Bowl and some of the other bowls, how that option is. So it's almost like a war room, if you will, as far as like a draft. And if they go here, we'll look to pick these two from the Big 12 and from the Big 10. How we do that or whatever it is, and I think it's just kind of cool. It's okay. But to your point,
but there is a criteria though, Manuch.
Okay,
all right. There is some, unlike your clipboard report, there is a criteria that certain elements, and I don't know specifically, I'm not in the room, but it's like you can't have the same team twice in 4 or 5 years or some sort of deal like that. So there are some restrictions that they have that have to consider. But I know there's some pretty good projections like your alma mater coming,
Kansas State,
TCU, Texas Tech, and Baylor, Minnesota, Rutgers. I don't know if we'd get Minnesota. I thought we've had Minnesota a few times, but maybe that's the case. Rutgers has been here a few years. It's been a while. When they played ASU.
We got Eric on the line.
I'll never forget that with Schiano as the head coach back then too, but he's now back. Eric Moses joins us now, the Verbo Fiesta Bowl and Rape Bowl executive director and CEO. How you doing, Eric? What's going on, man? How are you?
I thought I was about to get a promotion with that pregnant pause you just did right there. I thought you were giving me a new title.
I was thinking CFO. I was throwing some numbers around. I was see what I could do. How you doing, man? This is a fun week for you, isn't it?
It is. I'm down in Dallas at the Big 12 Championship, and lots of burgundy and gold out here.
All right, but the Iowa State colors are pretty close to ASU's colors.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It should be fun.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, but with that being said, Eric, since you're there, can you kind of give us, paint the picture for us? I mean, I know there's some tailgating parties today and the Texas Live tomorrow and everything. Are you seeing a huge contingent of Sun Devil fans, or is it 50-50, 60-40? What would you say it is at this point?
Well, I sent Graham Rossini an email this morning when I was at the airport, and I said if the number of people at Sky Harbor this morning is any indication, there should be lots of Sun Devils down in Dallas because the airport was packed this morning like I've never seen it before.
Well, that's a good sign. That's a real good sign. So, all right, so Selection Sunday. We were just talking about the Rape Bowl before you came on. Can you kind of walk us through that right now? We know we got to wait a little bit for the quarterfinal, but the Rape Bowl is the one that I'm a big fan of because you get some teams that get rewarded for having a decent year, not a great year, but a good year, and they get to come out and take advantage of the hospitality and the weather of the Fiesta Bowl. So kind of talk how that system goes, how that all kind of works out.
Yeah, as you know, Rock, I mean, we've got the 5th selection for the Big 12 and the 6th selection from the Big 10. And the good thing about this year is that both of those conferences have qualified enough bowl-eligible teams that we are assured to have a team representing each conference. And so that part is good. Last year, as you recall, we had UNLV from the Mountain West because the Big Ten couldn't give us a team last year. So, I hate to speculate, but the way things are shaping up, it looks like on the Big 12 side, we may have a choice between K-State, Texas Tech, Baylor, maybe TCU, possibly West Virginia as options there, depending on what happens ahead of us.
Okay.
And then on the Big Ten side, we're looking at, I think, most likely Minnesota or Rutgers and maybe one or two other teams, but those two are the ones that I hear mentioned most often. Again, this is all speculative. And some of it may be impacted by what happens tomorrow in the Big 12 championship with Iowa State and ASU because of the trickle down that may have for the bowls that select ahead of us.
So the selection show on Sunday, I believe it starts 10 o'clock here locally, and then they'll start going through the bowl assignments. It's always, for Manuch and I, we always want to try to be ahead of it. So if we text you about a half hour before, can you tell us who it is so we can put it online? And then say we know who it was? I mean, because you guys find out before everybody else, right?
Yeah, thank you for mentioning that because, no, we do not find out before anybody else. I find out the same time you find out when the rest of America finds out. So, and for your listeners, we don't get to choose in the Verbo Fiesta Bowl, so don't send me the angry emails or Instagram posts about why didn't I choose X, Y, and Z team. We don't get to choose.
Well, everything pretty much fall in place, Eric, after the conference championships. I mean, and I'm sure they'll be working on this round the clock all night long. If it's going to be 10 o'clock our time, it'll be noon Eastern. Will this thing, or will there be some manipulations, or will be some thought process, or will be some criteria? How's this going to go down for the powers to be with the committee?
Well, as it relates to the CFP playoff, I mean, they have been getting together since October to watch tons of football and to rank those teams. And depending on how many, quote unquote upsets we have this weekend, they may have a lot of work to do, or if things go as predicted, they may not have that much work to do in terms of shuffling that top 25 and that top 12 or 14 to be specific. I think on the rate bowl side, I'll be talking with several of my colleagues around the country, especially those who pick before we do, trying to get a sense of which teams they're interested in, and to determine whether or not, there's a way, I don't want to say to make a deal, but to get a sense of, hey, we'd really like this team. Are you thinking about that other team? So that each of us in our own respect can try to make our games as successful as possible.
So the geographical play, economics, geographical travel, that'll come into play?
Yeah, it should. And you got to think most of it, I mean, we're promoters, right? Yeah. So our job is to put butts in seats. And, I want to do that in a way that allows people to jump in their cars and drive to a place in addition to getting on an airplane and traveling. And so, yes, the regionality will make a play. Will be a factor, I think, both on the CFP side as well as certainly on the rate bowl side, the way we make decisions.
Eric Moses joining us here, Roc and Manuch, Fox Sports 910. Eric, I wouldn't be doing my job if I don't ask the question on your opinion on ASU possibly being in the Verbo Fiesta Bowl. ASU, which a lot of people don't know if you haven't been here, they're the reason why there's a Fiesta Bowl and the powers to be and the committee and all those ASU folks.
Think about the symmetry of this thing and the irony if in the first year of an expanded CFP playoff field and the first ever quarterfinal, if we were able to have ASU, who is, like you said, almost responsible for the existence of the Fiesta Bowl, play in that game. I mean, it's just too tantalizing not to think about a little bit. And so we would be overjoyed. They haven't played in our game since 1983, following the 82 season. And that team has so much momentum. And look, what I said to people is, some people have said to me, well, what about, the fact that maybe from an economic development standpoint, it wouldn't be as helpful because you wouldn't have as many fans coming in from out of town. First of all, there are ASU alumni all over the country and fans all over the country, and I think they'd make their way to Arizona. But secondly, and more importantly, the momentum that this team has and the energy that the Valley is feeling as a result of the way they're playing, that's more important than what happens in any one year. That's the kind of thing that can fuel football across the state for years to come. And football being more popular and people paying more attention is good for all of us.
And, we talked about this a little bit the other day. It's like, I know what the odds are, Eric. It might be 1 in a million that this happens again, and 1 in 100,000. But if you were to send this script to Disney, they would shut it down. They said this is too fictional. We need a little more facts. They'd shut this script down and send it right back to your desk.
Well, the Fiesta Bowl part of it, but just you can make a Disney movie about this ASU Sun Devils. I mean, Cam Scatterboo is a perfect, he's out of central casting in terms of the kind of hero for this. And Kenny is as well. I mean, it's an amazing story, regardless of what happens tomorrow, regardless of how they end the season. This has been a remarkable season for the Sun Devils. And I'm just so happy for Graham and for Kenny and for those kids and Dr. Crow and everybody over there, because it says a lot about what this institution is going to do, I think, in the future.
So, Eric, with Flex Sunday, national television, you hit the barber this week. You all ready to go for Sunday?
You cleaned up?
You all ready to go?
How did you know? I was there yesterday. Yeah, I was getting a little shade yesterday so I could continue to represent you and the other Yellow Jackets well.
I love it. Hey, buddy, we know you're on the road. We're jealous we're not there as well. I know there's a lot of media out there and a lot of Sun Devils, and we appreciate you giving us some time. So we'll look forward to catch up with you next week after it all goes down, and I'll see you on Sunday.
We're going to have fun talking next week. Thanks, guys.
That's Eric Moses, the Verbo Fiesta Bowl Executive Director and CEO in Dallas, getting ready for the Big 12 Championship. Again, the Rate Bowl is at Chase Field on December 26th. It's at 3:30. That's a Thursday. You go to fiestabowl.org to get tickets for that right now. Why not get them? It's going to be a good game no matter who's in it. All right, coming up, the counselor, Kevin Rowe. We need someone to challenge him at 602-260-9191. And it's an over-under game, and it's pretty easy. You don't even need to come on the air if you don't want. But basically, we'll have the following that you will have to compete with him. So I'll give you a little taste at 602-260-9191. We will have just getting to it here, Manuch. Here, I got it. Total amount of total offense combined in the ASU Iowa State game. over under 600 yards. Passing yards combined in that game, over under 400 yards. Amount of sacks in that game by Rocco Bet, and will be over under 3, and then the winner score of the game. So it's all ASU, Iowa State next, 602-260-9191. Kevin Rose won 5 in a row. So we need somebody to defeat him and get this. He's got all these big swag bags in his office. I was there last week. Tons. We need somebody to win them.
He's getting a little cocky too, right?
Yeah, I know he is, totally. That's next. It's Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Christmas music
You're clear.
is now on our sister station, 99.9 KEZ. Christmas music playing throughout the holidays on 99.9 KEZ. Set a button. Sponsored by JW Marriott Desert Ridge Resort and Spa.
Craving tacos? There's one spot in town that everyone can't stop talking about. The Taco Spot. With mouth-watering authentic Mexican flavors and a modern twist, it's no wonder we're the local favorite.
The Taco Spot has the best tacos I've ever had.
With 12 locations and more on the way, satisfying your cravings has never been easier. Come and experience the tacos to talk about. Enjoy handmade tortillas and fresh made-to-order meals that will leave your taste buds dancing. The Taco Spot, where every bite is a fiesta.
Tune in Thursdays at 1:30 p.m. for the Crest Insurance Group Sun Devil Report with Coach Charlie Regal. Crest Insurance. Coverage you can trust, service you can count on. Every Thursday on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
When you're hurt in a car, truck, or motorcycle wreck, Learn and Row will take you from wreck to check, from crash to cash, from accident to whatever rhymes with accident. And we'll help you with all the details in between. We'll help you get to the right doctors, even if you don't have health insurance. We'll help you get your car fixed. We'll help you get your doctor bills paid. And then we'll fight with the insurance companies to get you every dollar you deserve. Hurt in a wreck? Call Lerner and Rowe. We're with you every step of the way.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Dive into serenity at Fantastic Spa Outlet. We specialize in Eco Spa, energy-efficient, environmentally friendly hot tubs that let you unwind while being kind to the planet and have you covered with a lifetime warranty on our covers. Visit us Friday through Sunday from 10 to 4 and check out our top-quality spas that fit every lifestyle. Family owned by former pro baseball player Sean Purdy. Call 602-759-9529 or visit FantasticSpaOutlet.com. Fantastic Spa Outlet, 10550 East Baseline Road, Mesa, Arizona.
Coach Bobby Hurley and Sun Devil men's basketball are ready to join the Big 12 Conference. This season, the Sun Devils host conference foes Baylor, Iowa State, Arizona, TCU, and Houston, all at Desert Financial Arena.
And another steal. Ahead to Miller. And Miller reverses it up and in. And he's fouled. Holy moly.
Join the action and get your Sun Devil men's basketball tickets today by calling 480-727-0000.
All right, we got Kevin on hold, and we have Mark from Phoenix on the line as well.
To a whole new level. Join the action at
Mike from Phoenix.
And try to win this week's pro football games. Play the Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em, powered by Blue Moon and Coors Light. Plus, score weekly man cards. Don't wait. Visit fanpick'em.com today. That's fanpick'em.com.
Typing that in as we speak.
Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf for holiday specials this year. Featuring the Callaway AI Smoke Driver with Smart Face technology and multiple sweet spots across the face. Now up to $100 off. And from Bushnell, save on the Tour V6 and Tour V6 Shift Series laser rangefinders. There's always...
I know, my bad. I have it still written down. I know. At least I got it written down.
Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, proudly serving golfers since 1963 and home of the legendary 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Get there.
Experience sensational sound with Vizio's Soundbar Collection. Starting at just $99, there's a soundbar for every budget. With Dolby Atmos in every model, cinema quality sound is closer than ever. This collection features Vizio's simplest setup yet, so you'll be streaming your favorite iHeartRadio playlists in no time. Whether you're looking for a simple setup or the cutting-edge Elevate SE with 360-degree sound immersion and auto-rotating speakers, Vizio has you covered. Head to Best Buy or Amazon to find the perfect Vizio soundbar for you.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
The only place you're going to find 3 10-foot screens with games on full volume in 3 separate rooms, all in the same bar.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
With dozens more big screens. You'll find every game you're looking for only at Dukes, because there's only one Dukes. Voted best sports bar by New Times.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
Pool tables, shuffleboard tables, darts, karaoke and trivia nights. 3 huge patios on the Greenbelt, all doggy friendly.
Where? Dukes! Where? Dukes! Miller and McDowell! Time to challenge the defender. Attorney Kevin Rowe from Arizona's top full-service law firm, Lerner and Rowe. In Iraq and need a check? Make one.
Mics are hot. Mics are hot.
602-977-1900. And Lerner and Rowe, no fees unless you win. Now, Counselor Kevin Rowe with Roc and Manuch on Fox Sports 910.
What's going on, Counselor? How are you doing this Friday?
Rock, so great to hear your voice, bud. How are you?
Good, man. How are you? I mean, we had a meeting the other day, Dan, and I was there prompt on time.
Wow. Whoa.
And no show.
Whoa, who's Dan?
Dan Manucci.
Who's
Dan Manucci.
Yeah,
Yes.
So I know, but I've never heard you call him Dan.
Well, because this is serious. Because it's serious. When we talk about, my time is precious, just like yours.
We're talking to an
Drive
attorney.
all the way down to the Lerner Row campus.
He's on the clock.
And I get, all right, well, let's hold that, Kev. Hold that thought, because we got Mike on hold from Phoenix. He wants to challenge you since you've won 5 in a row. So it's time for you to go down. So Mike's ready to compete. Are you ready to go, Kev?
I'm ready. Let's do it. What do you guys got for me?
Okay.
I'm ready.
He's always ready. All right. Question number 1, the amount of total offense combined in the ASU-Iowa State game will be over under 600 yards, Counselor. 600 yards of total offense. Where are you going?
Wow. That's a lot of yardage there, Manuch.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, totally excited. This town's excited. It's going to be a fantastic game. 600 yards. It's going to be for our side of the ball, since we have Jordan Tyson hurt. It looks like we're going to be cam, scatabooing all day. So I think he's going to get some great yardage, and they're a horrible rushing defense. So I think a lot of cam. I know they have a great quarterback who's going to be putting up some yardage. Man, 600 yardage. You know what? I'm going to go with the over, because I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. So let's go with the over.
All right. Mike, what's going on, man? How you doing? Thanks for playing. What do you think in this one?
I'm gonna go. I'm going under. I'm take the under.
All right, Mike's going to go with the under. All right, already split.
Right at the start.
Yes.
There you go.
All right, Counselor. All right, number 2, total amount of passing yards combined in the ASU Iowa State game will be over or under 400 yards. Over or under 400 yards combined. What do you got?
Yeah. I you know what? I think it's going to be under. I just don't see. I know our ASU defenses are playing great on pass defense, especially in November. And I don't see us getting 200-300 yards on passing, because I think we're going to run the ball a lot. So I'm going to go with the under.
Okay. All right, Mike, which way are you leaning?
Yeah, I got to go with under if I went total under, so I'm going to go under on passing as well.
Okay. All right, total amount of sacks on Iowa State quarterback Rocco Becht will be over under 3. Sacks over under 3. Rocco.
What a great name. A friend of ours has a son by that name, Rock.
Oh, really? It's a great name.
I've got 3 quarterbacks I train. I got 3.
Oliver's son is Rocco.
Yeah, I got 3 quarterbacks I trained named Rocco. I got 3 Roccos, Coach.
See, I'm just Rock.
3 Roccos.
Rock, just ROC. Make it easy. All right.
All right. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. When you put it at 3, it makes it really difficult, because I don't think they're getting 4 sacks. So I'm going to go with the under.
Okay. All right, Mike, what do you think in this one? Sacks over under 3.
Give me the over.
Okay.
Go with the over. Love it.
It's making a move.
There's a difference. All right. Last but not least, the winner and score of the ASU Iowa State game. Winner and score.
So I've kind of already said this. I think ASU Sun Devils are going to win this game. I think it's going to be a little bit of a high-scoring game. And Dillingham has brought this team back, and it's got the Valley, it's got the state, everybody behind them. It's going to be a fun game to watch at noon at AT&T Stadium. So I'm going Arizona State 34, Iowa State 24.
Wait, like, what do you mean you've already said it? Did you go on that John, Jay, Rich show, the 3 guys? I mean, what did you already say it somewhere else on another show?
That's interesting. So did you say there's 3 guys? Because it's John, Jay, Rich, and Kyle.
Oh, it's 4 guys now.
I mean, Kyle's a female.
Oh, there's a guy. Oh, there's a female. Well, they don't let us in the building, so we never get to go down the hallway to meet them. So, all right, never mind. All right, Mike, what are you going with score in this game?
All right, I'm going. I went under and under, so I'm going 27-26, and I'm taking Iowa State. Sorry, guys.
Oh my!
All right, that's okay.
All right.
We love you. Thanks for listening. Thanks for playing.
Oh man! All right.
That's all right. He's a Brock Purdy fan. That's all right.
That's good.
right.
That's good.
Absolutely.
Mike, thanks for calling. Thanks for listening. Appreciate you. Good luck. Hopefully you lose. I hate that. I mean that. I mean that in a nice way. Anyway. So, so Kev. Yeah. I mean, who'd you already give your prediction to?
No, I said it early on in the show who I was leaning towards.
Oh, okay. I bet.
He's moonwalking right now, Rock.
Yes, I see.
He's got a counter argument.
I only
going.
talk sports with Roc and Manuch.
Yeah. So when you go on with John Jay, what do you guys talk about? Like, some weddings and like pop culture stuff and bachelor shows. I mean, what do they talk about down the hallway?
We just talk about Taylor Swift.
Hey, she moves the needle, doesn't she? Absolutely. So, hey, sorry I missed you at our meeting that you called the other day, but it's all right. We'll have another one.
I didn't call it, but the interesting reason why I wasn't there, Rock, is I was looking at a building, iHeart's building and the building next to iHeart. I was looking at those two buildings with my partner as potentially being the new home of Lerner and Rowe. Now it's far off. We're just looking at peaks and going to walk through. So unfortunately, that's why I was a little late to the meeting.
By the way,
you had yourself double, triple booked.
And you're right
Load
there.
Management day.
And you're right next to ABC 15. So the Lerner Rowe helicopter could just park right over there, right? You guys could just use their pad. You just walk over to the iHeart.
Right there.
So in other words, I can see Lerner Rowe changing the name of the iHeart Radio building, right? It's Lerner Rowe building now. By the way, iHeart's in there.
iHeart powered by Lerner and Rowe.
Hey, if that's the case, can we get a parking spot if you do get the building?
Please.
We don't get a parking spot because we're the AM guys.
You know what I'll do?
Second that.
There's another on-air talent that has two spots. I'll make sure we move him over to one, and I'll get you one of his spots right
because
there.
He's got two names.
I wonder if you can guess who that
because he's got two names, right? Is that why he gets two spots? John Jay gets two. He got grandfathered in.
Yeah.
iHeart didn't get the memo. It's one guy.
We gotta bring John Jay on our show someday. I always see because I know he knows basketball, right? He does know basketball. Does he know other sports too?
Yeah, his son plays at HPU, Hawaii Pacific.
Oh, okay. All right. That's good. All right, we got to bring him on and get some pics with him, too. So,
That'd be nice.
Well, let us know how the building goes if you ever want us to do our show. Yeah, you'll be able to just walk down the hallway then, right? If we're doing our show there.
Yeah.
And I'll make sure I get you guys a little studio so we can get you in there, actually in the building.
I love
See what
it.
I can do.
Thank you.
I love it. Hey, enjoy tomorrow. Should be a great day of football. And good luck with your picks. And I'll see you next week.
Sounds good. See you guys. Take care.
That's Kevin Rowe joining us here. Again, Lerner Rowe gives back. Big news next week on the new tournament that we were supposed to have a meeting the other day, but buying a building is probably more important.
He's looking at multi-million-dollar buildings, Rock. I mean, excuse him, for going out there. I mean, multi-million-dollar buildings.
Sports handicapper Scott Spreitzer, DocSports.com. He will break down these big conference championship games and the Cards Seahawks, and I want to get his thoughts on the biggest bet ever reported, at least on a regular season NFL game. Somebody just wagered $3.1 million on the Eagles-Panthers game. So we'll ask him that right out of the gate. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
You're clear.
Here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Tomorrow's a day for Arizona State football, the Big 12 championship game in Arlington, Texas against Iowa State. The winner into the college football playoff. Coach Kenny Dillingham on facing the Cyclones.
They're very well coached. They're very physical. They tackle well. They are good at disrupting blocks. Like they get off blocks well. So the fundamentals of the game, they do really well.
The Sun Devils will be donning their Sparky helmets for the third straight game. Fox Sports 910, your home for ASU hockey tonight as they entertain Minnesota Duluth. Our pregame coverage begins at 6:30. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Looking for the ultimate game day hangout? Look no further than BKD's Backyard Joint, Chandler's go-to sports bar. With over 30 big screens, you won't miss a single play of any game. Plus, we've just launched our all-new fall menu, packed with mouth-watering bites and exciting drink specials. We've got everything you need for the perfect game day experience. Bring your crew to BKD's Backyard Joint, located at 980 East Pecos Road in Chandler. That's BKD's Backyard Joint. Your backyard, your team, your bar. BKD'sBackyard.com. Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado feature a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. That's why they've won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant and enjoy. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Head coach Bobby Hurley and Sun Devil men's basketball are ready to join the Big 12 Conference. This season, the Sun Devils host conference foes Baylor, Iowa State, Arizona, TCU, and Houston, all at Desert Financial Arena.
And another steal ahead to Miller, and Miller reverses it up and in, and he's fouled. Holy moly.
Join the action and get your Sun Devil men's basketball tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
If you haven't tried G2G protein bars, today is the day. Find them in your local Costco's refrigerated section or online at G2GBar.com. Incredible taste and packed with protein. They are perfect for your on-the-go lifestyle. Check them out today.
We got Scott on hold.
At the largest towing company in the state, All City Towing. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service personnel. Enjoy benefits like the state's most advanced towing equipment, set work schedules, a healthy 401k employer match, health benefits, employer-paid life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Ready to take your career to the next level? Visit us at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is on the move.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
Envision a stunning putting green or a flawless lawn. With Tempe Turf installers, it's yours for just $550 per square foot. Enjoy up to a 16-year warranty and 2 years of labor coverage. Call Mark at 602-348-7190 or visit TempeTurfInstallers.com for your free estimate.
The PayPal app has amazingly low prices for holiday shopping. Get cashback offers in the app, and when you use the PayPal debit card, PayPal stacks 5% more in the monthly category of your choosing on up to $1,000 in purchases. Don't just pay, PayPal.
This holiday at T-Mobile, I'm joined by a special co-anchor.
What up, everybody? It's your boy, Big Snoop Deal Double G.
Snoop, let's talk about T-Mobile.
Okay, cool.
This holiday, get 4 lines for $25 a line. Plus 4 iPhone 16s with Apple Intelligence and the all-new camera control on us.
Let's get cracking, like a breakfast egg.
You can use those eggs to make some eggnog, Snoop.
Respect.
And people do love T-Mobile, where you can save on every plan versus the other big guys when you switch.
You know, y'all can take some of those savings and buy some Snoop merchandise.
Always a great stocking stuffer, Snoop.
And we up out of here.
Hold your horses, Snoop D-O-double-G. Let's remind people one more time.
Head to T-Mobile.com and get 4 iPhone 16s with Apple Intelligence on us. Plus 4 lines for $25. Now drop that J.
With 24 monthly bill credits, 4 eligible trade-ins, and 4 new lines with autopay. Well-qualified customers plus taxes and fees and $35 per line connection charge. Cancel the entire account before receiving 24 bill credits, and credit stop and balance on required finance agreements due. $829.99. Credits end if you pay off device early. See how you can save on wireless and streaming versus the other big guys at T-Mobile.com/switch. Apple Intelligence requires iOS 18.1 or later.
Celebrate the journeys that bring us closer together with an exclusive offer on a vehicle you'll adore at the Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration, going on now through January 2nd. Learn more at MBUSA.com/special offers.
Time to break down this weekend's biggest games with one of the nation's premier handicappers.
Mics are hot, mics are hot.
.com and seen every week on ESPN's Sunday Countdown. He's Scott Spreitzer, and he's here to help make sure your picks pay out with Roc and Manuch on Fox Sports 910.
All right, Scott, before we get into these games, I don't know if you saw the story. I'm assuming you did. with this guy in Kentucky that's betting $3.1 million on the Eagles-Panthers game. First, have you seen it? Did you see the story?
I haven't read it yet. I kind of heard a little bit about it earlier, but I haven't read it, so I don't know the details of it.
So walk us through how something like that would even go down. Like, you just walk up to the to the guy and say, "Hey, I want to put $3.1 million on the money line on Eagles." I mean, how does that work?
Well, most books won't take a big bet like that anymore. But you know what a lot of books will do is, and they will never tell you, is that they'll take the $3.1 million bet and then they'll go lay off at other books.
Oh.
You know, so yeah, a book might have 10 different sports books that they can lay money off, you know, spread it out over 10 books so they don't get damaged too badly if they lose. So that's why I always say, you know, kind of take it with a grain of salt when you hear a sports book saying, "Oh man, we got beat up over the weekend. Oh, they crushed us," you know, and that rarely happens. And yeah, exactly. They could just lay off if they had to. I don't know what book it was because I didn't read it, but you know, most of books won't take that kind of bet anymore. There's, you know, you can find a couple of books here in Las Vegas that'll still do that once in a while, but it's rare.
It was the Circa Sports book.
Oh, okay, yeah, and Derek Stevens. There you go. Derek Stevens will take a bet. You know, there's no doubt about that.
He's quoted. Yep. Yeah. Okay.
And he, I've done a lot of shows at the Circa, and in fact, 2 years ago, I did every Saturday night an NFL preview show, and he would be on before we'd get going, and he has no problem taking that kind of bet and stand up. So you know, the Circa will take the chance, and also, you know, if I'm Derek Stevens, he's a master marketer. I'm thinking about the publicity I'm getting also. Not that the Circa needs it, but again, you're getting a lot of publicity for that $3 million bet.
It's literally the first story on the right side of ESPN.com. So you're right. Yeah, he's a good marketer. He got up there right away. So, all right, let's get into these games. Let's start with UNLV at Boise State. The winner goes to the college football playoff, and the loser goes to a bowl, likely the LA Bowl versus Cal or some other former Pac-12 school. Boise State minus 4.5. That's still the case, and how are you handicapping this?
Yeah, it's still 4.5 for the most part. And, you know, we've been saying for 30 years, next year's our year, UNLV. Yeah. So here we go. But listen, the line has been as low as 3.5. It was as high as 6.5 when it opened at a couple of books. And it's 4, like you said, just about everywhere. The total dipped down a couple of points from its opener. I think it's going to be very interesting on which star player for which team gets it going, because Ashton Genty, he averaged 7.7 yards per carry against everyone not named UNLV. Against UNLV, 3.9 yards per carry earlier this season, so half of what he normally does. UNLV led in the fourth. Boise comes back to win 29-24. And then the player who has to get it going for UNLV is Ricky White, the wide receiver, 2,500 yards the last couple of seasons. He has, 98 yards or more in 6 games this season receiving. He only had or averaged 71 yards in 2 games against Boise last year and this year. So one of those two stars has to stand up. Here's why I think UNLV's got a shot tonight, guys. If you look at the last 4 games for these two teams, they're trending in opposite directions. UNLV blew out 3 of their 4 opponents, and they're averaging 275 rushing yards per game on 5.5 per carry. And they held those 4 opponents to 74 yards rushing on 2.5 yards per carry. And then Boise's last 4 games, squeaked by Nevada Reno 28-21. It's a 28-21 game against San Jose with 2.5 minutes to go. They get late scores. Trailed Wyoming with just over 5 minutes to go. They win that 17-13. And last week against Oregon State, it's a 9-point game. They get a touchdown in the final seconds to win by 16. So they've been far from dominant. And good news for the desert dwellers, it's going to be cold, but minimal winds and no precipitation at last check. So I think UNLV's got a great shot to win this game.
Well, this next game, we don't have to worry about weather. It's going to be indoors at AT&T. Iowa State taking on the Sun Devils. Last I looked, it was ASU minus 1.5. You got a heck of a running game in ASU. Iowa State struggles that way. How do you see this one playing off? Or do you think it'll become a pick'em by this time tomorrow, before the game?
Yeah, it could come down a little bit. I know a lot of people who are on the Cyclones. They actually, at one book that got out in front of everybody else, opened the line, had Iowa State a 1.5 point favorite on Sunday night, and then it's gone the other way. You know what's interesting? And I asked the guy who played offensive line for Nebraska for the New York Giants, Rob Zatishka, the other night. Do you think the Cyclones should stay in their 335 the entire game? Is it too late in the season to maybe go 43 a couple of times because of Scadaboo? They don't have Jordan Tyson, which means Scadaboo's even more important than he has been. I worry about ASU not having another wideout who's done a lot this year. I think their top wideout has 17 receptions in 11 games. And, of course, they got a good tight end. Scadaboo can catch out of the backfield. And then you got those flyers for Iowa State as far as wide receivers and Higgins and Noel. I lean Iowa State. I didn't get involved with this one, guys. I lean Iowa State. The Jordan Tyson injury really kind of put it to a lean that way. I was right down the middle. And then when I saw Tyson, of course, got injured last week with that collarbone, I thought, boy, I think it's going to be tough for them to consistently move the ball. It's going to be fun to watch if Scadaboo tears apart that 335, though.
Scott Spreitzer, DocSports.com, joining us here as he does each and every Friday. All right, Texas and Georgia, as Georgia has a record of just 1-6 against the spread in conference play this year. The Longhorns are favored, but less than a field goal at 2.5. How are you handicapping this, especially when these teams have played each other already?
Yeah, that one cover was against Texas as they dominated in the trenches in that game. I just heard a little bit earlier today, I think it was Urban Meyer who said that Texas is sending tickets back because they couldn't get enough buyers to head to Atlanta. And, obviously this isn't a home game for Georgia, but it is in a sense. So I think you got to give like 1.5 points, not the normal amount of points for Georgia if they were playing at home between the hedges, but I think it's worth 1.5 points. And Texas not selling out their allotment kind of surprised me a little bit. I guess they're saving money for the postseason. Yep. But the bottom line is that, Carson Beck played badly, 3 picks, 56% passing, and they still whipped Texas
3
because they owned them in the trenches. Texas allows 1.4 sacks per game, except for against Georgia where they gave up 7. I don't know how they get that back together. The only real chance that I think Texas has here is if Georgia's defense is worn, thin from that 8 overtime game last week, if they're, a little bit, still kind of worn out. Other than that, I think Georgia wins again.
Next one, Scott. Penn State taking on Oregon, -3.5. Can Oregon get off? Can their offense dominate Penn State's defense, or do you see a very physical, close game here?
Yeah, Oregon's offense got healthy the last couple of weeks.
Yes.
That means Tez Johnson, a wide receiver's back, great offensive line. How about this? Remember the first 2 games this year, Oregon was a little sluggish. They gave up, I think it was, I don't know what it was, like 5 sacks or 7 sacks in their first 2 games. They've given up a grand total of 5 sacks in the last 10 games. Talk about getting it together. And I've been kind of talking about this and saying, this is a big game. Guess what James Franklin does in big games? 1-13. He had that win in 2016 and against Wisconsin, and that's been it. So I just think this is a tough spot for Penn State. They faced 2 decent offenses this season, shredded by USC, and gave up over 170 yards rushing to Ohio State when the Buckeyes were going with the patchwork offensive line. I like Oregon here. I think they get the job done.
All right, number 8, SMU. They can complete a perfect run through their first ACC season in the title game against Clemson. How you handicapping this?
This is one of those games where I think you have an option of trying to think, okay, is SMU playing so well over the last several games because they switched to Kevin Jennings at quarterback? Or your other choice, you could say it's been a very soft schedule for SMU. But as one better pointed out, a friend of mine earlier this week, SMU's not played a single team power rated inside the top 50 since October 5th, 7 games ago. Having said all of that, Rashard Smith, the running back, I like Kevin Jennings at quarterback, and it's not your typical Dabo defense. Outside the top 70 defending the run. And if you take the Citadel out of the mix, the last 4 games other than Citadel, Clemson's 2-2. They lost to South Carolina. They lost to Louisville. And one of the 2 wins came by just 4 points against Pitt on a touchdown with a minute to go in the game. I think SMU gets them here.
All right, last but not least, got about a minute here, Scott. Seahawks visiting the Cardinals. Last time I looked, it's -2.5 for the Cardinals.
Yeah, 2.5, some 3s out there. I like Arizona here. They've been a moneymaker. They've covered 8 of 12. The scary part is that Kyler's 1-5 straight up as a home favorite, and Seattle has dominated the series as of late. But that 16-6 loss was close. Pick 6 extended the Seattle lead. Arizona, they got to get over these red zone problems. 6 trips last week, 1 touchdown, 4 field goals. But it's a 3rd road game in 4 weeks for Seattle, and Arizona's defense is playing well. 54 points allowed the last 4 games. They've held those opponents 70 yards rushing, 3.5 per carry, 214 passing yards per game. Keep the defense playing great. Give James Conner many more carries than we
Yes.
saw out of Arizona in the first meeting, and I think Arizona gets it done.
Scott, have a great weekend. Thank you.
Take care, guys. Good luck.
That's Scott Spreitzer, DocSports.com. Check him out. He does all the sports up on that site, or you can follow him on X at Scott Wins. We got our weekly locks. It's what you all were waiting for. That's next with Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Kick off the football season with Twin Peaks, Roc, Manuch, Jimmy B, and Fox Sports 910 for our fantastic tailgating sweepstakes. Text PEAKS to 59925 for your chance to win a Traeger grill, Blackstone griddle, and more. No purchase necessary. Details at rockandmanuch.com.
Looking to beat the heat year-round? The House of Canvas and Fine Wrought Iron has you covered. Whether you need a stylish bay window awning for your breakfast nook, a cool shade sail for your home or business, or a retractable awning for your patio, we have it all. For over 40 years, we've been Arizona's #1 rated shade experts, family-owned and dedicated to making shady deals in the Valley. Visit thehouseofcanvas.com to explore our wide range of quality products, or just call 623-232-9334. Stay cool, stay stylish with the House of Canvas.
Join the team at the largest towing company in the state, All City Towing. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service personnel. Enjoy benefits like the state's most advanced towing equipment, set work schedules, a healthy 401k, employer match, health benefits, employer-paid life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Ready to take your career to the next level? Visit us at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is on the move.
Tease the season at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf for holiday specials this year. Get maximum distance and performance with the Titleist GT driver. Come in and get custom fit today. And from Bushnell, save on the Tour V6 and Tour V6 Shift Series laser rangefinders. There's always gift cards in any amount for those special golfers on your list. Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, proudly serving golfers since 1963 and home of the legendary 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Get there.
Head coach Bobby Hurley and Sun Devil men's basketball are ready to join the Big 12 Conference. This season, the Sun Devils host conference foes Baylor, Iowa State, Arizona, TCU, and Houston, all at Desert Financial Arena.
And another steal ahead to Miller, and Miller reverses it up and in, and he's fouled. Holy moly.
Join the action and get your Sun Devil men's basketball tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
At Grand Canyon University, we believe in equal opportunity, and the American dream starts with purpose. Whether your pursuit involves a bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree, GCU's learning environments are designed for supportive networking and collaboration. With over 330 academic programs, GCU provides a path to help you fulfill your dreams. The pursuit to serve others is yours. Find your purpose at GCU. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Looking for the ultimate spot to watch football with fellow Ohioans in Phoenix? It's Upper Crust Pizza and Wine Bar. Enjoy great pizza, cold drinks, and cheer them on all season long at Upper Crust. Located at the 101 and Cave Creek Road.
You've been injured in a car accident? Call Raffy Law Group.
Call Raffy. Call Raffy. Call Raffy. 6, 2, 3, 3, 8, 8, 4, 3, 3, 3. Call Raffy. 6, 2, 3, 3, 8, 8, 4, 3, 3, 3. Call Raffy. Call Raffy.
Call Raffy Law Group, a local attorney.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. Babbel is designed with you in mind. From expert-created lessons to conversational video units and even live classes, you can personalize your Babbel experience to be exactly what you need to really learn a new language more easily. Go ahead, set a goal for yourself. Accomplish it with Babbel. Try Babbel for free. Go to babbel.com. That's babbel.com.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Let's get ready for football!
It's football at 50.
Mics are hot.
Story trending this hour. Right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio app.
We're going to do our football locks, brought to you by Upper Crust Pizza and Wine Bar in Phoenix, basically Cave Creek in the 101 next to the Costco. Can't miss it. It's your Ohio State Alumni Club of Arizona. Pizza parlor for family with kids. They got a bar, a patio. It's all right there at Cave Creek in the 101. And they'll have a watch party coming up once we find out where the Buckeyes are playing. All right, let's recap 2 weeks ago before the holiday.
Yeah, we got a tight race right now. Third place at 6-7, Manuch. He had SMU -10 against Virginia. They covered. In second place, Roc 7-6. He had Ohio State -13.5 over Indiana. That covered. And in first place, myself 8-5. Notre Dame -14.5 against Army covered. So very tight race, guys, coming off of a 3-0 weekend.
All right, we'll look at this week's games, our locks. I'm going to go with the game of the weekend, and that is Ohio University and the Miami, Ohio Redhawks.
Wow.
Who are favored by 2 points in this one. However, the Bobcats, they're riding a 5-game winning streak, winning it each by at least 17 points. Average margin of victory, Manuch, 27 points. They haven't allowed a rushing touchdown each of the last 4 games, and they've limited their opponents to a minuscule 1.9 yard per carry. So I am all over the Cats, even though they lost to Miami already this year. This is the rivalry in the MAC when it comes to Ohio University.
This is the big rivalry.
This is bigger than ASU U of A. I mean, this is that
That
kind
big,
of rivalry.
huh?
Yeah. Well, there's Ohio State, Michigan, then there's Ohio, Miami. Ohio.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
We missed that
Mid-American
one.
Conference.
Yeah, missed that
And
memo.
your guy, Parker Navarro,
Navarro,
excuse me, a local kid who is leading the Bobcats right now. So I'm going to ride the arm of Parker, and hopefully they'll win the MAC championship tomorrow.
And the legs, he's also a very efficient runner as well, too.
Well, anybody that you teach knows how to run out of bounds.
Thanks, Skippy. They sure do. I'm gonna go Tulane -5 over Army. Tulane's won 8 out of the last 9, even though they hiccuped last week against Memphis. Army got blown out a couple weeks ago by Notre Dame. They win last week. They come back, beat UTSA. But Tulane's got the offense, quarterback, outstanding quarterback. Also the great backup, Ty Thompson, young man from Mesquite High School in Arizona. But I like Tulane. I like them to win and to cover. And maybe not quite the points we saw by Notre Dame, but I think that they win this going away.
I'm going to go Oregon -3.5 against Penn State. You heard Scott Spreitzer in the last segment talking about how James Franklin can't win the big one. I'm honestly, guys, I'm shocked the line is this low. I'm surprised it hasn't moved up. I think Oregon going into Indianapolis, it's a little concerned that Penn State may, have more people there than Oregon. But I think Dan Lanning and what he thought last year when they were a 10-point favorite against Washington and they lost the Pac-12 championship, I think he comes back with vengeance and they win the Big Ten in their first year. Give me Oregon -3.5.
All right, there are locks. Again, thanks to Upper Crust, Cave Creek, and the 101. All right, some sports bar gossip. If you were in California last year and you bought a lottery ticket, well, there was a lottery ticket that was sold in California. It was right outside of L.A. It hit for $197 million, but no one has come forward. The ticket expires tomorrow.
Oh, no. Can you imagine?
The only good thing, if there's anything positive in California, other than the weather, if the person doesn't come forward, the state will take that money for education.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Good and spread that. I love seeing that.
Yeah.
But how do you that kind of dinero on and you don't check your ticket? And you spent. By the way, the Mega Millions is at $575 million.
I'm all over that.
Me too.
Excited to announce that McDonald's is finally bringing back the snack wrap. Oh, like the snack wrap.
Snack wrap.
What's the snack wrap? I saw that all on Twitter. I don't know what that is.
It's like a wrap with small, like a chicken, lettuce, cheese, different sauce. It's like a taco.
Oh.
It's like a soft shell taco, but it's a wrap. So,
wrap.
a lot of people like wraps.
Sure.
You can't get wraps. They sold them back in 2016, and it was a big hit because you could get them for like, I don't know, they were small, but it was a snack.
Yeah.
And it was somewhat healthy. I mean, a little chicken, a little lettuce, a little cheese. It can't be bad for you.
I missed that one. The McRibs being promoted heavily right now. As a matter of fact, McRibs. Yeah, I'm not going to touch that bad.
Because they had I remember they had the grilled ones and then they had the crispy one, chicken for the snack wraps.
All right.
So, I mean, I think that's why not?
That might could be kind of an oxymoron, but that'd be kind of the healthiest thing they've got there. Oxymoron, the snack wrap.
I think
grilled chicken, that would be fine.
An annual report found that buying all the gifts from the 12 days of Christmas will cost what this year?
Ooh.
So again,
3.
it's the 12 drummers drumming,
2 turtle
drummers
doves
to hire them, the 11 pipers piping, the 9 ladies dancing, the whole 9 yards there.
I'm
2 turtle doves, and the partridge in the pear tree.
Yeah, partridge.
So
I'm
there's
gonna-
a value to all of that.
There's animals involved, so they're all pretty.
It's up
exotic.
5% from last year.
Pretty exotic animals. The gals, I'm going to say $5,500 after it's all said.
All right,
$5,500.
Jax? I'm going to go $8,000. Bannon?
Give me 6,000.
Man, you guys, man. Things aren't cheap these days.
Really?
You got to remember the last administration that was going on. $49,263.
It's the 2 turtle doves. They're very exotic, right?
Could be, or I think it's the 5 gold rings. I mean, that puts you up there.
That's true.
42% of Americans plan to buy themselves at least one gift for the holidays.
I bought 2.
Yeah, I bought a few.
I bought 2 for myself.
Because you're shopping.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I could yeah. So, yeah. And 38% was last year. So this year it's up to 40%.
Were they 2 gifts that you needed?
You know what's interesting here? If you are a self-giver and you're part of that 42% and it's up, most are spending under $100 on themselves. But some of them are splurging even more. And, all right, this is a story that was sent to me. Not by anybody I know. It's just part of the prep that we get to tell these stories. It also found that Democrats are most likely to buy themselves a gift this year. I wonder why. Interesting.
But I will say this: at least they got a discount on the gifts I bought. I got that. Did get the
You
discount?
didn't get a handout, Manuch?
No, I
you
bought
didn't get a handout?
much needed gifts for me this year.
Rock, maybe they have to cope with what's been going on the last couple of months.
That's exactly what it was all
well,
about. You're pretty quick on that one, Jack. Good job.
And you'll be coping moving forward. We'll see.
Oh,
yeah.
What? Here we go. Really?
You'll be coping.
Really?
Wow.
Then why don't you leave? Why don't you move to Canada then?
No,
or
I'm
go
staying
out of the
here.
country then.
I'm going to watch it. I'll watch the implosion.
Please.
In public, I'll watch it, bad boy.
You gotta be
You'll
kidding me.
be sorry. You'll be like, damn,
We got a dream team going, man.
We gotta pay for this and this. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Somebody's got to pay for the
At
tariffs.
least it's being built here.
Yeah. Well,
30.
hopefully. Well, you see all the semiconductor plants being built here? We got one outside of Phoenix.
It's out here. It's here. It's local.
Yeah, the local.
Yeah, it's good. It's better than going to China.
Yeah, the past guy brought
They're doing it here.
The past guy brought him in.
Bull. That thing's been on the books
15.
for like 10 years.
But he's brought more into Detroit. Look at the chip.
Don't start talking
Hey.
Detroit. You know his love for the car makers.
Yeah, look at the chip.
Oh
Bill.
my gosh.
Manufacturing's alive and well.
Oh, Jack's Rewind's coming up.
Rock and Manuch
You're
with
clear.
Jimmy B has been sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing.
Crest Insurance is about more than providing coverage. It's about creating your safety net. We offer access to a national network of trusted carriers. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, we're here to help with a personal touch that's close to home. With Crest, you're not only protecting what matters most, but also helping to build stronger, more resilient communities. Crest Insurance. Coverage you can trust. Service you can count on.
Looking for the ultimate hangout? Welcome to the Trophy Bar in downtown Ocotillo, where epic sports, stunning cars, and ice-cold drinks meet fabulous food and specialty cocktails. It's the spot for everyone. Guys love our 34K TVs, 16-foot video wall, and killer happy hour specials, while the ladies indulge in high-end decor and amazing cuisine. Join us for our thrilling nights. Rock and Manuch with Jimmy V on Mondays, Coach Dillingham on Wednesdays, and Cards on Thursdays. Visit us at Price and Queen Creek Road in Chandler. The Trophy Bar, where the spoils go to the victors.
With its new look and taste, Dasani is always crisp, clean, and refreshing. So, when thirst calls, answer with the new refreshed taste of Dasani water, now without salt. Learn more at Dasani.com.
I got a line.
He got a line.
She got a line.
We got 4 lines. Cricket Nation. Cue finger guns. Really easy. Super stress-free. 5G so fast like blazing fast. Games and memes. You'll have a blast. You can get fast 5G across 4 lines. You can get fast 5G across 4 lines. As we discuss, take it from us. We 4 are one. Cricket Nation.
And only $25 a line. Welcome to more lines. Welcome to Cricket Nation. Smile. You're on Cricket.
Cricket 5G requires a compatible device and is not available everywhere. Discount varies by line. Fees may apply. Terms and restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
So, there I was, trying to impress my wife by fixing the kitchen sink clog myself. I thought, how hard can it be? I mean, I do own a plumbing company after all.
We got Jim on hold.
I've seen a few things in my time. 10 minutes later, water spraying everywhere, the kitchen looks like a disaster zone, and my wife's already got Gettle on the phone. I guess she knows when to call in the pros. She doesn't mess around when it comes to her home. Gettle technicians will handle your clogged or slow drains and get them running smoothly without the mess and without your spouse thinking you've lost it. That's worth $80 any day in my book. Wouldn't you agree? And while we're at it, make sure your home's fully ready for winter with our Rejuve. Our 6 critical checks keep your heating system running smooth season long, giving you comfort and peace of mind. Visit Gettle.com. That's Goettl. We'll unclog your drain, but it's hard to spell. Call us today.
Joe Brown here with Accident Law Group. If you were hurt in an accident, find us on the web at accidentlawgroup.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting from the Raffy Law Group studios. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD3 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
Suns will be part of the NBA returning to China next season as they'll take on the Nets in a pair of preseason games next October. The league back in the country for the first time since 2019. The Suns back in action against the Heat in Miami tomorrow night. Cardinals coach Jonathan Gannon this morning says his team is mad going into the Seahawks game at home on Sunday after losing 2 in a row. The injury report from Thursday had Keitrell Clark, Elijah Jones, Naquan Jones, Dante Stills, and Darius Robinson all is limited. ASU hockey tonight on Fox Sports 910 as they host Minnesota Duluth. The pregame at 6:30. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Nice evening ahead of us. That forecast temperature falling to around 53 degrees overnight. On to our Saturday, our high up to 76. Still warmer than average for this time in December. Plenty of sunshine and those winds around 10 to 15 miles per hour. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm meteorologist Crystal Ortiz.
This report is sponsored by eBay. We all got a thing. Yes, even you. If you love fashion, car parts, trading cards, whatever you're into, it's on eBay. So go find the thing that keeps you up at night. eBay. Things people love.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B is sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing. Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com. Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing.
Mics are hot. Mics are hot.
Powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In Iraq and need
Jim's on hold. Jim's on hold.
One call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. On Fox Sports 910.
All right, I can't think of a better way to start the 3 o'clock hour here on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B than bring on Manuch's former coach back at Kansas State, and of course went on to have success at Marshall and the Georgia head coach. He's in the National Football Foundation Hall of Fame. Coach Jim Donnan joins us now here on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix. How we doing, Coach? How you doing, Coach?
Doing good. Glad to be with you guys. Looking forward to talking about what's going to happen tomorrow over here in Atlanta.
You don't want to talk about what's going to happen in Detroit with my alma mater, Ohio U, taking on the Miami Redhawks? I mean, come on, Coach. The big game there.
Yeah, I like the Bobcats. I mean, that's a good I'm surprised you could graduate from there. That's pretty hard school.
No, it's not. It's the opposite, Coach. I think it was the opposite. That's why I got out. All right, let's talk Texas Georgia, Coach. When you coach for all those years, I mean, how difficult is it to play the same team twice in the same season? Did you have many times you ever had to do that?
I did a couple times in 1AA, but never in in the situation in 1A. But it's always hard. But at the same time, people say it's hard to beat somebody twice, but you do have it in the back of your mind that you won, and all the things that you did good, and some of the things that you might could help you in the next game. But I do feel like there's some things in our favor, just the fact that they're playing in Atlanta, and even though it's supposed to be a neutral site, it's a tremendous home field advantage for Georgia.
And then we heard today that Texas ended up returning tickets because the Texas Longhorn fans didn't want to make the track out there, or maybe they're waiting for the next round in the playoff.
Well, I think putting all that money in NIL and buying that tackle they got today. I think that's what we lost. They got one of our best players in Georgia today, and certainly they deserve him. But anything it's NIL, you'd be rich, boy. They'd be stacked up like cordwood trying to get you in the poor old Manuch. I mean, if a quarterback can play dead in a Western movie, he's gonna get 100,000. So,
Coach, you look at this Georgia team, and they're 10-2. They've had a really solid year. But why has it seemed that's been difficult to get those 10 wins versus the last couple of years? Seem like they've cruised into the playoffs or the finals.
Well, I think a couple of things. Just the talent level, we don't have near the D line that we've had as far as dominant guys. You see Carter and Walker; these guys that were drafted in the first round, doing a great job in the pros, and also the injury factor. And of course, every coach can talk about that, but we've had just a rash of injuries that hurt our depth, and then just the transfer portal in itself. You just don't have the depth that you had before the portal. We don't have the second team guys that can step up there like we did before. But I do feel like there's a couple big factors for us in our favor, in that three of our starters that didn't play against UT, our right guard and left tackle, will be playing on offense, which should help our protection and run game. And then our best linebacker, who's going to be a high draft choice, Smile Munden, didn't play either. So those three guys could probably help us a lot tomorrow, but I'm sure Texas has got some of the same things going for them. And I do think they've improved their offense in the fact they're running the ball a lot better. I'm talking about Texas, and not just relying on Ewers to throw the ball. And certainly they've got an outstanding defense. But if you look at the teams that they've played, they really haven't been challenged offensively against some really good quarterbacks. So I think their schedule certainly has enhanced them. But they're definitely a worthy opponent and a team that is very dangerous, and we're going to have to play error-free to beat them.
Coach, and talking about quarterback, watching Carson Beck this year, I just haven't seen the consistency. Last year he was money. 28 touchdown passes to 12 picks. And there's been a couple, like when I throw that pick and I put the headset on, I can always hear your voice like, son, where are you throwing that ball? I mean, I can hear that once in a while. But explain his inconsistency, but he always seems to rebound and pull it out at the end.
Yeah, you lost some really good receivers. You see Bowers up there playing for the doing a great job for the Raiders, and McConkey for the Chargers. So two really good, consistent guys that you could go to in the clutch. And just the fact we've had such a revolving door at running back. All of our running backs have had something wrong with them all year, and we've never had a consistent rusher that give us that 100-yard guy to take the pressure. So we're throwing in some of these games a lot of what we call show passes, where you're just dropping back and the defense can really pin their ears back. But now that we got a running game going, you look at what he did against Tennessee here, just really hit our tight ends and had a phenomenal game. And the same thing, although UMass is not a real challenge, but again, against Tech last week, he threw 5 touchdown passes. So the last 3 games, he's had I think 14 touchdown passes or 12 touchdown passes, no interceptions. So, but I said before, we got some candy from Texas the first game, They had 4 turnovers, and we took advantage of it. And we had 3 ourselves. But as everybody knows, the big game, turnovers, kicking game means a lot.
Coach, explain or define in your own words that 8 overtime victory over Georgia Tech. I mean, you're watching this thing unfold. What's your thought process as to watching that game unfold and where Georgia wins that game?
Well, it was just a lot of highs and lows because you think you got it and then you think you don't. You think you're out of it, then you're back in. And this new way of going for 2, they need to send that back over to some other country because I just think it's very hard way to decide the game and not fair. But certainly I like the fact that you have to go for 2 after the first score and the second overtime. But really just some really consistent play by us and inconsistent by Tech at the end of the game. And then during the overtime, both teams struggled to make the plays that were there. And fortunately, we made the last one. And it really hurts Tech because they want to beat it so badly. You know, I mean, it's a big in-state rivalry, and Kirby's had to kind of top notch on them the last few years. But give them credit. They did a good job, and we were very fortunate to win.
He's Jim Donnan, former Georgia coach here with Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B. Coach, Alabama, they're going to sit back and watch and hope. Do they deserve to be in the playoff with 3 losses in the SEC?
Yeah, I just think it's a very tough issue now, this committee, the way they look at it. But I do think, and certainly you guys have a very good approach out there, and you study college football probably better than any show around. But I just think you look at who Alabama's had to play and their strength of schedule, and they've got 3 wins against some really good teams. Some of these teams have no top 25 wins, and you take the schedule and say Indiana, and the guy's done a tremendous job there, unbelievable. But you take some of these teams and play that schedule, I think it'd be very hard. Same thing with Miami. No really big wins. They're big wins over Louisville. And they've lost to Georgia Tech and to Syracuse. So I think in the end, it's going to all boil down to can Clemson beat SMU? And then if they do, will SMU drop out? I don't know if you can keep SMU in there with 2 losses, particularly the fact they lost to BYU and the schedule they've played. The ACC this year is not anything near what you see in the SEC. So it's hard to compare the conferences and all that, but I wouldn't want to play Alabama in the playoffs. I promise you that.
Well, and to that point, Coach, as far as their regular season, they always say, "Hey, you might have won the battle, but who's going to win that war?" And you look at the top 10. Do you feel when you look at the top 10 as far as the current rankings are, maybe outside of that top 5, that there is that team that could win in the top 10? Or do you feel it's going to be within the top 5?
Well, I think certainly the favorite right now, and they deserve it, being undefeated. A team that really worries me that didn't play very well last week is Ohio State, just because of the breadth of talent that they have, and they're outside. And I think certainly Alabama could come in there and jump in there and do it. And of course, we're ranked 7th, and we're playing Texas. To me, Texas might be up there, but their schedule helps them. But I think that really, in my mind, the teams that have the best shot are Oregon, Ohio State, Georgia, and Alabama, maybe Tennessee, if they can get their offense going.
And, Coach, I got to say, hey, thank you so much for taking it easy on those picks I threw back in the day. I mean, I threw a few of them here and there, but I appreciate you not hammering me on some of those throws. I loved your connotation.
One. I can just tell you this, and I think any quarterback coach, and you do a good job training those guys out there. I mean, not many guys can say they trained Brock Purdy, but is he going to give you a cut of that new contract? I want to know that. But I think it's really imperative that you talk to a quarterback during a game more about, why did you do that and all that. And you're going to get ready to chew him and do it, in private and not in front of everybody else, because there's nothing he can do about it. He's trying hard as he can do. And if you're a good quarterback, you're going to throw picks. I mean, you got to throw in tight windows, and you got to take some chances, and you're not just throwing the ball out in a Walmart parking lot. You're going against some good players.
Well, I appreciate it, Coach. Always great to catch up with you.
Thank you, Coach.
Hopefully, if we don't catch up with you prior to Christmas, and once the playoffs start, Merry Christmas to you, but we'll catch up with you soon.
Yeah, give me that national championship game when the Dogs are in it, I hope. But good luck to the Bobcats and go Dogs.
Thank you. They appreciate that, Coach. That's Jim Donna joining us here on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. By the way, we talked about Texas and giving some of the tickets back and things of that sort. They started a program that I think is pretty cool, and it's called the Official Longhorn Fan Box. And what it is 1,500 boxes that have pictures of current student athletes that are signed by those student athletes. And what they do is basically you pay either $149 for it, okay, or $299. They throw in a signed picture with Vince Young, okay? So there's only 1,500 of them. And then what they do, so if they can sell 1,500, if you sell them at $149, comes out to like $270,000. But if they upgrade it with the autographed picture of Vince, it's $300. So it gets you about $450. What a great way to take care of your students or your student athletes. And all that money goes right into what they call the players' profit. The collective.
Very
and
good.
Sun Devils could probably do something like that. Maybe they are going to. And what they do is it's one of those deals. You get your first box in March, and then it renews every football season. It's one of those things where once they get you at $150, you'll do it all the time.
Oh,
probably
sure you
if
will.
you're as you grow and you support your program and you see the success they're going to do. So I'm sure a lot of schools are doing things very similar to that, and hopefully ASU's in the works of doing that because they need to try to figure out ways to generate revenue. Very interesting. Paul Moyer was on our program, former Sun Devil many years ago, and he brought up a good point today. He said, and he's at the game, he said, it's like Seattle and Washington and their alum, they're deep pockets, but there aren't a lot of them. Arizona, it's very wide. It's not deep, but it's the length is there. So because the numbers are so big. So if they can tap into those, 50,000 a year alum or whatever the number
They're
is,
going to have to, Rock.
and even get $100 from each or $50 or whatever the number is. It can make a world of difference on the success of the athletics at Arizona State. And U of A can do it down there as well.
They'll keep that program up to speed each and every year.
How about that? So appreciate Coach Donna joining us. Good stuff there. Brought to you by Twin Peaks with 5 Valley locations. Great place to watch all the games. Of course, we kick off our football weekend Thursdays thanks to Coors Light and Blue Moon. You can text Peaks to 59925 for our fantastic tailgating sweepstakes, the big prize, which is the grill, the griddle, the oven, all that good stuff, which you can see up on our website at Roc and Manuch. Again, that's Peaks to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. Jack's Rewind is next, and then we will catch up with Tim Hovick, who's going to join us live from Dallas. It's Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Ready for Christmas music? 99.9 KEZ is.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Christmas music is on our sister station, 99.9 KEZ, when you're ready. Sponsored by JW Marriott Desert Ridge Resort and Spa.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
Want to let you know about an accident in the West Valley, northbound Loop 303 near Grand Avenue. Approaching Grand, that crash is sitting in the right lane and delays back to about Bell Road. Another wreck in the West Valley, 10 westbound near Buckeye Road off right. That was blocking the 2 right lanes for a while. Also a crash being cleared with entries northbound Dobson at the Superstition, and a wreck on 83rd Avenue in Northern.
This report is sponsored by Ski Pro.
Ski Pro celebrates the holidays with savings up to 60% off on skis, snowboards, clothing, and accessories in Phoenix, Desert Ridge, and Mesa Riverview. Find Arizona's largest selection with guaranteed low prices in-store or online at skipro.com. Happy holiday savings from Ski Pro.
Looking for the ultimate game day hangout? Look no further than BKD's Backyard Joint, Chandler's go-to sports bar. With over 30 big screens, you won't miss a single play of any game. Plus, we've just launched our all-new fall menu, packed with mouth-watering bites and exciting drink specials. We've got everything you need for the perfect game day experience. Bring your crew to BKD's Backyard Joint, located at 980 East Pecos Road in Chandler. That's BKD's Backyard Joint. Your backyard, your team, your bar. BKD'sbackyard.com.
In a recent survey, when people were asked who they thought the best personal injury attorney in Arizona was, more than 9 out of 10 people chose Lerner & Rowe. In fact, Lerner & Rowe has been voted best personal injury attorney in Arizona for the past 9 years. Our experience, reputation, and proven results have made it possible for us to recover billions of dollars for over 150,000 injured people. At Lerner & Rowe, getting you the best result is what we do best. Hurt in a car, truck, or motorcycle wreck and need a check? Call us today.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Tease the season at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf for holiday specials this year. Featuring the TaylorMade QI10 driver with 10K inertia. TaylorMade's most forgiving driver ever, now $100 off. And from Bushnell, save on the Tour V6 and Tour V6 Shift Series laser rangefinders. There's always gift cards in any amount for those special golfers on your list. Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, proudly serving golfers since 1963 and home of the legendary 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Get there.
Head coach Bobby Hurley and Sun Devil men's basketball are ready to join the Big 12 Conference. This season, the Sun Devils host conference foes Baylor, Iowa State, Arizona, TCU, and Houston, all at Desert Financial Arena.
And another steal ahead to Miller, and Miller reverses it up and in, and he's fouled! Holy moly!
Join the action and get your Sun Devil men's basketball tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
Hey, Arizona, it's Mike Wilbon. I've been around sports professionally and personally for a long, long time. And whether you're on a court, in the gym, or just navigating a tough day, you need to stay hydrated. That's where Cocoa 5 comes in. Cocoa 5 isn't your average sports drink, packed with the electrolytes your body craves, but without the artificial junk you don't need. Available at your favorite stores, Cocoa 5, active hydration. Stay hydrated, Arizona.
Looking for the #1 neighborhood sports bar? It's clearly Philly Sports Grill. Providing service and a mouth-watering menu of delicious food and drinks. Whether you're cheering for your favorite team or catching the big game, Philly Sports Grill is your ultimate destination. With 4 convenient locations throughout Phoenix and Tempe, you'll get the best sports bar experience. Experience the excitement at Philly Sports Grill today. For a location near you, head to phillysportsgrill.com.
This holiday season, Straight Talk Wireless is letting you say yes a lot more with real unlimited data. Yes to sharing pics of the ugliest holiday sweaters. Yes to checking weather on the go for surprise sledding trips. And with a free phone at sign up, let the yes-tivities begin. No way! Yes way. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart or straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 1/5/25 while supplies last at participating stores. Taxes and fees apply. Requires in-store activation on select single line plans. Limit of 2 phones per customer. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
This is 11-year NBA veteran Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Macy's Backstage.
The NBA will return to China for the first time in 6 years when the Suns and Nets play 2 exhibition games there next October. A Big 12 football champion will be crowned tomorrow. Number 15 Arizona State will face number 16 Iowa State with a college football playoff berth on the line. Arizona State's Kenny Dillingham is the Big 12 football coach of the year after guiding the Sun Devils to their first 10-win season in a decade. I'm Frank Aaron.
Macy's Backstage has amazing deals on the holidays with fun gifts, all for under $15. Get low prices every day on unique finds before they're gone. In-store only at Macy's Backstage today. Find a location near you at macysbackstage.com. Off price, on trend, arriving daily.
You missed this week of Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Our fine rookie Jackson Groff has you covered.
Mics are hot. Mics are hot.
Jack puts it all together. The best, the worst, and in his mind, the funniest moments from this week's shows. This is Jax's Rewind exclusively on Fox Sports 910.
All right, Jax. Talk to us.
All right, we've got 2 clips this week. It's been kind of a roller coaster of a week, which we'll get into with this first clip. Unfortunately, Roc's a big Ohio State fan. They lost to Michigan over the weekend, a big upset. And this is Roc talking about a bet he had with his girlfriend that isn't your typical bet, and he is just frustrated and does not like it. And he'd rather do something else than doing this particular bet.
This sucked. I'm still mad.
That's what I'm waiting for.
Girlfriend's from Michigan.
Yeah.
I'm on like the 8th hole at Gainey. And I said, hey, you want to bet? For fun.
Yeah.
She had no idea the spread was 21.
Oh,
right?
my gosh.
Some people had it got to 23.
23.
She goes, I will take Michigan by 3. And the bet is, if I lose, I have to give her an hour back rub. And
Boy, you're getting off easy, buddy.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I would give her $5,000 cash right now than to do that. It is my least favorite thing to do in the world. I would rather paint a house. I'd rather clean out my crap and my sewer than do back rubs. I can't stand
An hour's a long time. I will say that. That's a lengthy back rub for sure.
So I'm a little bitter.
Clip ends in 30 seconds.
Not the point that Ohio State lost. They still got an opportunity to win the national championship. I'm okay with that. Hate back rubs. I can't stand them. I know
the things we learn about Rock on this
show. It's annoying. It's a pain in the ass. It's like it's boring. Your hands get tired.
Get tired.
And it's like, and it's constant with her. And that's why. And I'm just like,
Clip ends 15 seconds.
$5,000 cash. Than to have to do that.
Send her to a massage.
No, house. I've bought machines. I'm buying the Elon Musk robot. It's $60,000. I'm already got my money already. Comes out next July. Actually, I'm buying the robot.
Oh my God. Can you bring him on the show too?
Yeah. You won't have a job.
Yeah.
Who's going to replace you?
So, Rock, it's not about you. It's about her and you going through the back rub.
What's your back rub method? Have you already thought about it for an hour? Like, are you going to switch it up? Or
I'm trying to just add up 30 seconds at a time and just try to deal with it that way. I literally hate it. I mean, that's not radio shtick. It is my least favorite thing to do, and I know you women love that crap. And I just hate it. I don't ask for it. I don't need it. I don't want it. I hate going to I don't even like massages. I don't need somebody touching my back.
Well, it's you probably wear your hands on anyway. I mean, that's a lot of work. I mean,
I know.
Dialing in there.
I mean, it's like, and she's got some neck issues, so it's like it's compound. I bought everything you could buy, every gadget I've seen on TV.
Here, honey,
TikTok. I try it. Put this on. Get big masseuses. I even hired a masseuse to come to the house. I've tried everything.
Not the point is she wants you.
I know. I get it.
You're the one that lost the bet.
I know, but I even told her. I told her the other day. I said, "Yeah, I talked about this on the radio," and she was dying. And she goes, "Well, you never mentioned the $5,000."
3.
I'm like, "Well, I embellished the $5,000, but do you want the $5,000?" She's like, "No, I want the hour back rub."
She wants the back rub.
This second clip, and it was a debate yesterday. And one of the funny things about this show is sometimes debate will just come out of nowhere. And this debate with Jimmy B, and I'll let the clip play here. It kind of ended up being the biggest storyline of the entire show. So, Bannon, play the clip.
I have never been a fan of the handshake line after the game is over. I've never been a fan of that. Just because you have a winner and a loser. Loser doesn't want to be there. And they did it well. We have to show sportsmanship. No. The sportsmanship is during the game. When they walk out to the center jump circle at the beginning of the game, those players will shake hands or knuckles or high five or low five, whatever they want to do.
I am shocked. Now that's Jimmy's turn. And I would think that you would be for
I think it
them
sucks.
being sportsmanlike and shaking hands.
Why do you think
after
it
a
sucks?
win or loss?
Why do you think it sucks? Because you have just poured
Clip
your
ends
heart
30
out
seconds.
for a basketball game.
Yeah.
All right. And the people who lost, heads are down. They're not feeling good. Okay. So the point that I'm making is when the game begins, let them shake their hands then.
Clip ends 15 seconds.
The game, and then what you just referenced, Kansas couldn't get off the court.
As a former player,
yes.
I am not going to go shake on the football field anybody's hand. They are the enemy. I'm not going to go talk to you before the game. I'm not going to go shake your hand. Do it after.
Football
Now,
is different. You don't like it in hockey either?
So this went on for an hour?
Give or take.
And
2.
It ended up being our State 48 roofing. It's your call question of the game of the show. I mean, everything changed.
Charlie Regal,
Charlie Regal was listening before. I mean, people were coming on. I had people texting me. It was like it really hit a nerve with some people that this particular talk show host in Phoenix doesn't believe in sportsmanship.
It hit a nerve with me.
I'm on you too. I mean, all of us. It's like, wait a second.
It's like WTF?
Exactly. Jimmy, where did that come from? Did somebody not shake your hand when you were growing up in a basketball line?
I mean, I know what, because he grew up kind of like I did as a tennis player, right?
Sure.
But I played doubles. He obviously played singles.
One.
I mean, we'd always.
Yeah.
I had the same tennis player all through high school. And we'd always, we lost a lot. We were always shaking
great
hands.
Sportsmanship. And that's not Charlie Reagan.
But then when we asked him, would you train your kids or would you raise your kids in Pop Warner and Little League and all that shaking hands? Oh, yeah. But you don't do it at the next level in college?
That made no sense.
He's got to come back on that one. He's going to one day say, hey, if we let him back. He just, hey, you're right, guys. Thursday I was out of line. The more I thought about it, the more it settled in. You're right. Sportsmanship is good. You think how effed up our country is, what we just went through with this election. We need more sportsmanship.
Yes, exactly.
Not less.
Exactly. Of all people, Jimmy. Oh.
All right.
Nice
we're going to
job,
go
Jack.
out to Dallas next and catch up with our good buddy Tim Hobick because, we go out to his bar on Mondays, the Trophy Bar, and do our show. And he invited us to go out to the Big 12 Championship, and we could not do that, unfortunately, because of some commitments that we both had. And we're very grateful that he invited us because a lot of media members are out there on his dime. So we're going to bring him on. He's going to kind of give us the peel the onion or the curtain back on what's going on at Dallas at 4:30. So that's next. It's 3:30 our time, 4:30 there. I'm sure he's well on his way. We'll find out next.
You're clear. It's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Lost to them just a couple of weeks ago, and now the Cardinals are home for the Seahawks on Sunday. Kyler Murray on what he sees from Seattle.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're, playing with a lot of swag right now. Confidence through the roof. They're making plays. They're playing fast. Obviously, new coach, but, first year, a lot of success.
The Cardinals trail the Seahawks by one game in the NFC West. We've got ASU hockey tonight as the Sun Devils host Minnesota Duluth, 6:30 for the pregame. Arizona State football playing for a spot in the college football playoff if they beat Iowa State in Texas tomorrow for the Big 12 title. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Nice evening ahead of us. That forecast temperature falling to around 53 degrees overnight. On to our Saturday, our high up to 76. Still warmer than average for this time in December. Plenty of sunshine and those winds around 10 to 15 miles per hour. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm meteorologist Crystal Ortiz.
This report is sponsored by Ski Pro. Ski Pro celebrates the holidays with savings up to 60% off on skis, snowboards, clothing, and accessories in Phoenix, Desert Ridge, and Mesa Riverview. Find Arizona's largest selection with guaranteed low prices in-store or online at skipro.com. Happy holiday savings from Ski Pro.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the ultimate lunch lineup boasts wall-to-wall sports and scenic views. When you're hungry and in a hurry, the Scratch Kitchen delivers lunch in the clutch. I mean, where else can you order a 29-degree draft beer and a quickie combo on your lunch break? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
Join the team at the largest towing company in the state, All City Towing. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service personnel.
Yes, sir.
Enjoy benefits like the state's most advanced towing.
Yeah, that was on me. My bad on that.
Healthy 401k, employer match, health benefits.
Yeah, I thought I did. I think I just missed. I was trying to do another clip, so my bad on that. I'm calling Tim right now, so we'll let you know.
Visit us at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is on the move.
Life's a sprint, and you need a quick pick-me-up. Meet G2G Protein Bars, the ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether you're hustling in the office, enjoying a day on the links, or conquering the daily grind, G2G is your perfect fuel. Score an 8-pack at your local Costco's refrigerated section, or explore amazing flavors at G2GBar.com. Quick, delicious, and power-packed. G2G Protein Bars, setting the pace for your energetic lifestyle.
Head coach Bobby Hurley and Sun Devil men's basketball are ready to join the Big 12 Conference. This season, the Sun Devils host conference foes Baylor, Iowa State, Arizona, TCU, and
We got Tim on hold.
all at Desert Financial Arena.
And another steal ahead to Miller, and Miller reverses it up and in, and he's fouled. Holy moly!
Join the action and get your Sun Devil men's basketball tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
There are many signs that you may be in financial trouble. Late mortgage payments, paying bills from your retirement account, or paying one credit card with another. If you're experiencing financial hardship, bankruptcy may be right for you. The credit industry wants you to believe that bankruptcy is bad and will destroy your credit forever, but that's just not true. At Lerner and Rowe Law Group, we'll take the time to carefully examine your situation and develop a plan that is right for you. Call Lerner and Rowe Law Group today for a free consultation.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Sean Forster, managing attorney.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selections. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and always online at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out WrightToyota.com.
This holiday season, Capital One, give yourself the gift of 1.5% cash back with the Capital One Quicksilver Card.
Can I earn 1.5% cash back on birds?
Birds?
What if you sent your true love 2 turtle doves plus a partridge in a pear tree?
Sure, but why would anyone want that?
The song was very convincing.
Earn 1.5% cash back on all your holiday purchases with the Capital One Quicksilver Card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Sarah Spain for iHeart Women's Sports, presented by Macy's Backstage. Tonight is the Golden State Valkyries expansion draft, the first step in the WNBA expansion team's roster creation. Each WNBA team is allowed to protect up to 6 players on their roster who can't be drafted by Golden State, and the Valkyries can pick 1 unprotected player from each of the other 12 franchises if they choose. There are more rules. You can learn those when you watch live on ESPN at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. For more women's sports stories, subscribe to Good Game with Sarah Spain on iHeart Podcasts.
Macy's Backstage has amazing deals on the holidays' most fun gifts, all for under $15. Get low prices every day on unique finds before they're gone. In-store only at Macy's Backstage today. Find a location near you at Macy'sBackstage.com. Off price, on trend, arriving daily.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at WrightToyota.com.
Scattaboo out of a Wildcat. And
Mics are hot. Mics are hot.
And walk in for a touchdown.
All right, as promised, we told you our Monday home, the Trophy Bar. We always bring on our buddy Tim Hovick from Santan Ford, and he joins us now, but on location out in Dallas somewhere. We don't know where, but we thought it'd be appropriate to catch up with Tim to kind of give us the rundown as it's Big 12 Championship Eve there in Dallas, and he joins us now here on Fox Sports 910. How we doing, Tim? Kind of paint the picture for us, buddy.
You know, we are doing pretty fair down here in Big D. Yeah, Dallas has been a very, very welcoming host to the Sun Devil Nation. And we are at the middle of a Sun Devil tailgate party that would rival any that I've been to. Sun Devil Nation is very, very well represented here in Dallas.
So, Tim, the colors for the Cyclones and the colors of the Sun Devils are somewhat similar. So are you seeing some Cyclones out there too at all?
Yeah, so it's kind of a funny story. Ironically enough, we scheduled this huge Sun Devil tailgate at Texas Live, which is, for anybody who hasn't been here, it's this huge area. It's similar to Westgate,
okay,
for Phoenix fans, and it sits between the baseball and the football stadiums here in Dallas. The weather is a little chilly, so what we didn't realize was the Iowa State pep rally has been moved inside to Texas Live. So we have more maroon and gold than I've seen in some time. I'm just not sure what school it is.
That's awesome. So overall, Tim, when you get there, the hype, the enthusiasm, everybody's all excited. What's kind of the vibe as far as what people are talking about the most? Is it Scattaboo? Is it Big 12 Coach of the Year Kenny Dillingham? What's kind of the chatter there, if you will?
I think it's interesting talking to the people, and like I say, there's people from. It's really a celebration of college football. It's what it's all about.
Sure.
Everybody's having fun with each other. ASU people are talking to Iowa State people. Everybody's nervous about what might or might not happen tomorrow. And it's funny, all the Arizona State people are saying, I wonder if we can stop their pass. And all the Iowa State people are saying, I wonder if we can stop their run. And, styles make fights, and the fans that are down here are just over the top excited about what we're going to see tomorrow. I'm really excited. I think ASU, we take care of business, but it's going to be a special one.
Tim, we had Paul Moyer on the program just about an hour and a half ago, and he's a former safety for the Sun Devils many years ago, and he said there is an abundance of former players that are making the track down to Dallas. I don't know if you've seen any, or heard that, but it sounds like some of the former players are coming down to support the Devils here in the Big 12 Championship.
No, they absolutely are, and I think that's what's special about college football is the alumni and those former stars that we all remember so fondly when we watched 10 years ago or 20 years ago. And a real shout out to Graham Rossini and Doug Tamaro with Arizona State and the athletic department. They have reached out. Sometimes I think we forget the connection between Arizona State and the Dallas Cowboys. And let me just say, I'm not the biggest Dallas Cowboys fan, but I am a big Sun Devil fan, and anybody who gets to make it in the NFL. And you think about, obviously there's the Danny White and the Darren Woodson and Bob Brunig, and all these guys are coming out of the woodwork. They are all coming out to support the Sun Devils, and the connection between ASU and the Dallas area, Jim Jeffcoat. Yeah. I mean, it's really special, and I think it's so cool to see our school and really to remember our history and how good we've been over the years.
So, Tim, what's the game plan for the rest of the evening? You're going to have to get up early tomorrow. You have to get your sleep because that kickoff's at
11 o'clock.
11 there, local, then 10 here. What's kind of the game plan? And then tomorrow morning, is it basically get the mimosas going bright and early and not so much margaritas, but Bloody Marys, what have you?
Well, I think the game plan, based on the last couple hours, is probably going to involve an IV. There's a reason why in my generation, ASU was always ranked somewhere near the top of some suspect categories. It wasn't attending class, but it might have been partying a little bit. It seems like the alumni that are here are certainly good at that, and we're gonna have a great tailgate. It's literally right in the middle of the Iowa State pep rally, and they're walking around going, "Who are these 300 people in the middle of it?" It really is hilarious. But we'll get up in the morning and it's an early game, right? So the tailgate tomorrow here in Texas Live for the Sun Devils is from 8 to 10. Wander over to the stadium, which is just across the parking lot, a couple hundred yards, and then it's go Devils. Let's go get one tomorrow.
Oh, let's do it. Good stuff, and we can't wait to talk to you on Monday at the Trophy Bar, which we'll be talking about this win, and can't wait to hear how it all goes down. And stay away from going on the field after the game, though, Tim. All right, you don't need to do that again. You need to stay put.
No mosh pit for Tim this week.
Hey, Tim, have fun tonight. Thanks so much, and we can't wait to see you on Monday.
Look forward to it, guys. Go Devils.
You got us. Tim Hovick, Santan Ford joining us, and the owner of the Trophy Bar, our home on Mondays for Monday Night Football. This week it's the Bengals and the Cowboys. We'll broadcast from 1 to 4 and then kick off 6:15 there at the Trophy Bar in downtown Ocotillo. But what a treat for Sun Devil fans. I've talked to a lot of people that were leaving today, heading there. A lot of people on their way. We had Eric Moses on for the Fiesta Bowl earlier in the 2 o'clock hour. He said the airport, he's never seen the airport like that. So many people getting out. I know the airlines made some money the last few days.
Oh, they sure did.
The prices were skyrocketing.
Well, think about it, Rocky. It's been 10 years since they've had 10-win season, and they play Stanford in that Pac-12 championship game at Sun Devil Stadium and lost that. But here we are, 10 years. It's not as if it's every other year. Hopefully, it's like every year we can have this kind of standard. But folks, I think, are hungry. They go to Dallas, have a chance to party and to tailgate and be part of something special. This is historic as far as the program is concerned, to go from 3 wins last year to 10 this year, to be picked 16th in the conference. I mean, the stars have aligned for ASU to hopefully win this game tomorrow and then get to the playoff, let's say Sunday afternoon. What is it, about 11 o'clock? We'll know Sunday late morning, I should say, as to where they're going to be. But first things first, Kenny Dillingham's got these guys. Trust the process, trust what you're doing, trust all the things that you've been working on, and hopefully things work out.
The thing is there's going to be a lot of talk over the next few years, 2 years, I think, on are these championships, do we need to have them? Because when you look at ticket sales, we heard earlier that Texas returning tickets, they can't sell them. Big 12, you could get in for $28,
sure,
$20. There's plenty of tickets. Now, granted, there's 70,000 tickets there at that stadium, but these championship games don't sell out. And again, if you're a college kid or even a fan, do you want to sit back and wait to go to a playoff game and spend your money? Or do you want to go ahead and go to Dallas and kind of roll the dice and enjoy that, knowing that maybe you can't afford the next round?
The Big 12 not have a championship there for a few years, and then they brought it back because of the rankings and the standings, because of the –
I think maybe 7 or 6 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a while.
But they brought it back because of the making sure that they had their standing within the in the rankings for the Final Four. But they brought it back.
I mean, I'm looking at StubHub right now, and you could get lower level for $78.
Just get them in the stands.
Whereas you could get into a Sun Devil game when they played BYU for under $300.
Bring up a good point. And for a lot of these, is your rankings going to change that much or more if you lose the game?
But then also, win the game? I mean, the loser. I mean, what's unfortunate for the Big 12 is the loser of this game's not in the playoff. The loser in the SEC is in the playoff.
Yes.
Loser of the Big 12 is in the playoff.
That's
the part where I think they still need to figure it out. They need to tweak it.
I like the automatic bid, but I think the biggest thing with the playoff is the first round bye, because it could happen where Boise State, SMU, and Iowa State or Arizona State all have byes.
And that is
wrong.
That's
wrong versus when you got Ohio State, like Tennessee playing in the first round, or Georgia that's got to play 4 games, whereas some of those schools got to play 3. So they're tweaking it. Everything's new, but I think you guys are right. But I was going to ask you, too, about, isn't it kind of the same thing with the college football conference championships as it is for basketball with the conference tournaments?
That's a different animal.
But you're moving 20 guys opposed to 100.
Yeah, it's
a transportation. I mean, and you see some of those, but you're buying those NCAA tournament games early. Are you talking about the championship games? I'm Pac-12 championship. Nobody went to those. Nobody's going up there either.
Yeah,
it's more for TV.
Yeah, in basketball, those conference championships. I know, in Kansas City, it's not too far for a lot of those Big 12 teams to come into Kansas City.
But March Madness is completely different because you're going into a market. They're all over the country. Yeah. You're going to buy your tickets in advance because you know you're going to get a decent game. You're going to get somebody from the 64. So, no, they got to tweak it. We'll see. Hey, our learner wrote one call. That's all. We're going to bring back Kenny Dillingham, his interview before the Big 12 championship. So you'll hear that next as we finish up here at Wright Toyota. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910.
You're clear. Traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
It looks like our biggest problem on the freeways right now is on the Loop 101 Pima Freeway. Westbound near 7th Street, we have the HOV and the left lane blocked with a crash, and it looks like we've got stop-and-go traffic all the way back to Tatum, so this will add probably about 25 minutes to your drive time. Also on the 17 southbound near Thomas, watch for this accident. It is off to the right. I'm Carol with a look at Phoenix traffic.
This report is sponsored by Ski Pro.
Ski Pro celebrates the holidays with savings up to 60% off on skis, snowboards, clothing, and accessories in Phoenix, Desert Ridge, and Mesa Riverview. Find Arizona's largest selection with guaranteed low prices in-store or online at skipro.com. Happy holiday savings from Ski Pro.
Craving tacos? Discover the Taco Spot, where mouth-watering, authentic Mexican flavors meet a modern twist. With 12 locations and more on the way, we're the local favorite. Visit tacospotaz.com and follow us on social media. Come experience the tacos to Taco Bout, the Taco Spot.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado feature a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. That's why they've won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant and enjoy. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Head coach Bobby Hurley and Sun Devil men's basketball are ready to join the Big 12 Conference. This season, the Sun Devils host conference foes Baylor, Iowa State, Arizona, TCU, and Houston, all at Desert Financial Arena.
And another steal ahead to Miller, and Miller reverses it up and in, and he's fouled. Holy moly.
Join the action and get your Sun Devil men's basketball tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
In the fast lane of life, your fuel should keep up. Time to check out G2G protein bars, your ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether it's a workday, gym session, or navigating daily chaos, G2G has got you covered. Find them now at your local Costco in the refrigerated section, or explore all 8 fantastic flavors at G2GBar.com. Great tasting and packed with protein, so keep pace with life in the fast lane with G2G protein bars.
What's up, guys? Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook, #SexyRoofStatus. All of our work using state-of-the-art materials and 5-star workmanship. Our inspections are free. You heard me? Free. Go to state48roofing.com to schedule your free appointment today.
Looking for the ultimate spot to catch all the college football action and your chance to win $9,100 every Saturday? Join us at Philly Sports Grill for the Dos Equis Game Day Show, live every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at any of our 4 Valley locations. Each week, up to 20 contestants will have the chance to roll the dice and win $9,100. Plus, be entered to win tickets to the first ever quarterfinal game in Glendale. Plus, enjoy Dos Equis featured each week. Visit fox910gameday.com for details. Philly Sports Grill, the #1 sports bar where the game is always on and the excitement never ends.
At Grand Canyon University, we believe in equal opportunity, and the American dream starts with purpose. Whether your pursuit involves a bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree, GCU's learning environments are designed for supportive networking and collaboration. With over 330 academic programs, GCU provides a path to help you fulfill your dreams. The pursuit to serve others is yours. Find your purpose at GCU. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
It's football season, and Uber Eats is dropping undefeated deals on all your game day favorites. This week, score a free medium 2-topping Domino's pizza with minimum purchase, only on Uber Eats. Craving even more? We've got you covered with game day deals on burgers, tacos, wings, and more, all season long. Order Uber Eats now. Terms, taxes, and fees apply. See app for details.
If you've been too busy to sign up for your health insurance plan, it's understandable. It's also why there's Health Markets. At healthmarkets.com, you can see the plans available to you and even speak to a licensed insurance agent. Just dial pound 250 and say Health Markets. They'll answer your questions, and when you're ready, even help you apply. Just dial pound 250 and say Health Markets. Getting your new health insurance plan could be easier than you think. Health Markets Insurance Agency, Inc. is licensed as an insurance agency nationwide except in Massachusetts.
Flo here from Progressive to tell you how you get more than great savings with us. You get customer service access through our mobile app, online chat, or by phone.
That's a lot of ways I can get in touch with you. I see what's going on here. You can't name favorites, but I'm your #1 customer.
Actually, we offer all our customers these ways to contact us.
I'm sure you give just any customer your personal
company
contact info.
Well, you did call us more than any other customer this year. So in that sense, you are our #1 customer.
Get help from Progressive through the website, app, chat, or phone. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com. It's the Lerner and Rowe. One call, that's all. Call of the day. If you're looking for a full-service law firm, just make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. Lerner and Rowe, voted Arizona's best law firm.
You guys have won 5 in a row. You haven't lost a game in almost 50 days. This is the greatest turnaround in Arizona State history. 3 wins last year, 10-2 this year. How have you gotten that done?
I think we've recruited guys who love ball, who are good people, who are competitive. And
clip ends in 10 seconds. Mics are hot. Mics are hot.
People who love to compete all the time, and they're just good people. And I think we've got a lot of good kids in here that are competitive, and I think they've really taken over the culture and taken over the program and made it their own. Like, this is a player-driven team, not a coach-driven team. This is all about them.
That's Kenny Dillingham, interview we did before the Big 12 Championship, which is tomorrow, part of the Big 12 Conference Network. So appreciate getting him the Inside 12. That is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe. Interact, need to check, make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. Here's what's on tap, poured by the Roc and Manuch Amber, which is brewed by Dos Equis. It all starts at 5 o'clock as Jacksonville State, Rich Rodriguez's last game, until he takes another job somewhere, I think, in my opinion. I think everybody would agree with that.
I would agree.
Against Western Kentucky. That's on the CBS Sports Network. Big one, UNLV at Boise State, 6 o'clock on Fox 10. Tulane and Army is on at ABC 15 at 6. I love seeing these games on local television. That is awesome that, ABC is dictating the fact that, hey, we're not going to watch the news. Sorry, Craig. We're going to run a game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then tomorrow, men's hoop. We'll throw out Southern Utah's is at Arizona. That game is at noon tomorrow on the CBS Network. All right, here's the schedule on Saturday. Arizona State, Iowa State, Miami of Ohio, and Ohio. Those are the 10 o'clock games, ABC and ESPN respectively. The SEC Championship, Texas and Georgia, that's 2 o'clock on ABC 15. The Sun Belt Championship, one that no one's really talking about, Louisiana and Marshall, 5:30 ESPN. But I think everyone's going to switch over to either Channel 5 or Channel 15 is the Big Ten Championship, Oregon, Penn State, and the ACC, SMU, and Clemson. And then the Suns are at the Heat tomorrow at 6 o'clock on 3 TV.
Can I add a couple to that? We've got the high school championships, 1 o'clock. We got Centennial taking on Mountain View, and then at 6 o'clock on Channel 13, we got Liberty taking it Channel 13 on Cox. Got Liberty taking on Basha for the Open title and the 6A title. Mañana.
So who are the broadcasters? I only watch it if there's good broadcasters.
It'll be one Chris Harris and one Dan Minucci that'll be bringing the broadcast Mañana.
Has Chris ever asked you? He needs to talk to me to get you on a word count.
He doesn't. I just tell him it's my world. He's just passing through.
But and also, honestly, you just love it, don't you?
I love it.
It's got to be so much
fun.
fun.
It's so much
I think
fun.
it'd be kind of a treat to call a game. I couldn't do it, but it's like that'd be just so much fun to call a high school game, especially in the town that you grew up.
And especially when you train a couple of quarterbacks there in the state title game, it's always fun. I'm biased, very biased.
What do you have?
I got Hayden Fletcher, who is the quarterback for Liberty. That'll be in the Open Championship game against Basha.
Okay.
And I also train the backup quarterback for Centennial, and they'll be taking on Mountain View tomorrow. So a lot of good talent. 1 o'clock, 6 o'clock. On Cox, it's Channel 13, and on DirecTV, it's Channel 32.
When are we going to start charging you for all the free advertising you get for all the kids you train?
I'll buy
it's getting out of hand.
I'll buy some coffee.
It's about like 20 a week, I think.
Give or take.
Man, I think I'll take the over.
I'll
take the over on that one.
Thank you for allowing me to embellish, gentlemen. I appreciate it.
Hey, for Sun Devil fans, good luck tomorrow. I'm one now, big time. I'm on the wagon, and I have been for a long time. I also root for U of A too. So I went to schools here in Arizona to have a lot of success. It's good for business. So good luck tomorrow. Sorry, Cyclones. I hope this is the end of your season. We'll talk about it on Monday at the Trophy Bar. Don't forget tomorrow, beginning at 11 o'clock as the Dos Equis Game Day show is at Phillies in Scottsdale, just up the street from Sun Devil Stadium. So tune in to Jax and Ben Garcia as they'll be talking all college football tomorrow from Phillies. Also stop by
15.
and roll the dice to win the $9,100. Last week at the Trophy Bar,
10.
somebody rolled 6 of the Roc and Manuch faces and Jimmy B and won a big screen TV.
5.
So it does happen.
3.